All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I'm doing great. It feels like summer, finally.
Yes.
So I'm enjoying that. So that's nice. And yeah, I'm hoping for some good trading today to make my summertime joy complete. I didn't have a great day yesterday, I have to admit. My trading was just, I felt off. But I always feel off the day after a long weekend. I should learn. Maybe I shouldn't trade. So I always come in trading aggressively after a long weekend. I don't know why. It's just I noticed a trend there. So I need to be more aware of that and maybe come in a little calmer. But anyways,
more calmer. Yeah.
Self-learning.
Mondays typically are not my best P&L wise, based on Mr. Interactive Brokers. Mondays are my least worst day. Put that. My worst day of trades are Mondays. Technically, yes, it was a Tuesday, but it was still the first day of the week, so maybe that translates over to yesterday. I had a red day yesterday as well, so it was not the greatest. 3 trades, so not a whole lot of trading. 2 red and 1 green. So let's see what happens today, guys. We'll be ready for whatever the market brings. Quick look at our gappers. If you haven't noticed, we're missing Eamon. Eamon was a good man. Yeah. He is not here today. And I'm sure you did notice because he's become such a nice addition to the show with me and Peter. But he's MIA. We hope he's okay. So Eamon, we'll check in with him, make sure everything is good.
He's tooling around in that fancy new SUV of his.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He's riding around in that SUV, trying all the features. Forgot about this show over here. It's okay. All right, friends. A quick look at our gappers list brought to you by TradingTerminal.com, an amazing website with tons of things for new traders, experienced traders, you name it. There's something there for you. And today, wow, list is massive on both sides of the field here. Both red and green, so we have again just a bunch of stuff going on here today. We'll start diving into this a little bit, but before we do that, let's look at our U.S. economic calendar. We'll see what we have happening there for today. As Peter posts that up, and we'll get that in a second here. We'll see how things are happening. In the meantime, quick look at our SPY. Our SPY right now. Look at this, guys. We all-time highs again this morning. Every morning is up and up and up. And I forgot the number of weeks. This is like week, what is this?
87. No, I'm
87?
It just feels like it.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, it feels like forever. This market just keeps going up. I'm willing to bet if we look at a monthly, it's got to be.
Oh, this looks wild. But as far as the weekly go, this is week number 8 that we're going into. Well, we finished 8 week strongs already, right? 8 weeks to the green. This will be number 9 that we're going into. Let's look at a monthly. Let me get the monthly. I'm curious now. How do I get the monthly? Where's the hotkey for that one? Is it F? Yeah. There you go. F6 does it for you on, at least for me, on Dash Trader Pro. And yeah, well, we had a down month here. We had a down month, but for the most part, still the monthly looks incredible.
Yeah,
incredible.
I mean, just look at that. I mean, that percentage of risers versus droppers is just stunning.
It sure is. All right, friends, quick look at what's happening on our U.S. economic calendar for today. Then we'll start diving into this gappers list by Trading Terminal.
Yeah, well, not much going on, frankly. In a couple of minutes, I can let you know about the ADP employment number. This is just a change in weekly ADP employment. Not a big deal. And that's it. That's all we got. The rest are some note auctions. Although, I have to say, the U.S. bond auctions are starting to get a little more attention because those bond offerings are not getting the same type of response they used to. U.S. debt is not as attractive as it once was. So that's problematic. They were talking last week about the 30-year note, and I think the interest rate came in pretty high on that. And so the higher the interest rate, that usually means the less interest there is in it, right? Because the basically on the auction, you have to keep raising the return, the interest, to get people to put the money in. So that's problematic for U.S. long-term debt. It means that more and more of, frankly, your money, American money, and your taxes go towards just paying interest rather than actually paying down debt or providing any services. So that's problematic over the long term. Anyways, but so I don't know whether that note auction is going to get any focus. Probably not, though. This market, it doesn't care about any of that. Like we were just talking about, all-time highs, baby. Here we are on week 9 in a row of going higher. So let's keep the party going. It's ignoring the real world, and the music just keeps on playing. So, but yeah, pretty quiet day, anyways, for economic data.
All right, there you go, friends. All right, let's continue here. Let's take a look at our gappers list and see what's going on there. We'll see how that economic data pops into our feed a little bit later. Yeah, we were talking about the MU chart. Look at MU. Look at MU, guys. Yeah. Just incredible. It's the new $1 trillion company, the new kid on the block. So welcome to the $1 trillion club, Micron. Look at that monthly. Wow.
And speaking of Micron, you know who traded Micron really well?
Who?
Well, Andrew.
Oh, yes. So the recap this morning. Is it out to everybody yet? Is it out to everyone yet?
I think that video is posted. Is it? We
Last
got a
time,
sneak preview. Andrew's
yeah, we got
he's put together a very nice video, a slick video that outlines one of his big trades on MU and sort of how he approached it, how he used Market Atlas to get the signal. It's great because he actually takes you live through the trade. He explains his thought process and what he was looking at, talks about his risk and how he managed it. And of course, it was one of many trades he took that day, but it's good to sort of see him talk through the trade live. So anyways, worth watching. Should be on our feed. If it's not there yet, it's going to be there soon. Is it? I think it's there.
I thought it was unlisted when I saw it this morning, so it might not be there yet.
All right. Well, we'll get it to you, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty. Yeah,
it actually does look very good. We got some sneak preview pictures here. Let me get these for you guys right now. And this is the type of stuff that I enjoy. I mean, look at the background on this video and the editing and his new setup. This is pretty cool, and I love the way he recorded the actual live setup, because it's so hard to talk about something that happened when you don't have the actual live footage of it taking place. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges when it comes to trading, is recording what took place and then actually being able to replay it. And he did that here with MU.
It is a challenge because we're traders first, right? I mean,
yes.
And Carlos and I face this every morning as we're trading for you guys. We're trying to focus on the markets and trade and keep up a conversation and make sure we're staying on top of the chat. And there's a lot going on, right? So to do all that and remember to record it so that you can, help talk about it later. It's busy.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I always forget to record the Market Atlas when I'm trading. So now that when I do a presentation, I don't have I knew this happened, but I don't have it to show you. But he did a great job of capturing that, and this is not easy to do. So check out this video, guys, and make sure you like it and comment. Is it going to be posted today? I thought it would have been ready by now, so you guys can have it. But
weren't we told to tell people about it?
Yeah, I didn't even get a link. You know what?
All right, we'll follow up on that.
We'll figure it out.
Anyways,
we'll figure it out. But you know what? How much trouble can I get in? There's a link right here. Go take a look at it right now. Post and like it. How much trouble can this cost? Not much. I don't think so. I'll apologize later. But there's the link.
Exactly. But it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission, Carlos.
110%. So there's the link, my friend. I just posted it over on YouTube. Peter, if you could do me a favor and post it on X, because that's a different computer for me. And take a look at that video. Hit the like button on it. Comment, because we got to motivate Andrew to do more stuff like that. Because this video is really good. And I know it takes a lot of effort to get that production done. But I really enjoyed it. Take a look at it. It's going to be awesome. All right. Sweet, guys. And Daniel's telling me it is live now as well. So, okay, look, see, I'm not going to get in no trouble. Perfect. All right, let's go.
Not too bad. I'm looking forward to seeing what would happen. It's
I'm not gonna get an email from
little
HR
hand slap.
saying what the heck you're doing. All is good. All right,
Well,
friends.
that's me anyway, so I'll
I
give
know.
you a pass. I'll give you a pass on that for today. So.
There you go. All right, friends, let's jump right to it. AMSS, as I mentioned, this list, both from tradingterminal.com, the gap up and down, massive today. So some tickers doing well and others not so much. We'll start with AMSS this morning. And as we're jumping into it here, lower price stock as high as 1543 today, right back down to 873. It is a low flow at 5.7 million shares flow. So we got some good volume, 10 million shares trade. So it definitely is in play. But is it done? Is the fun done on this one? Right now, we're gapping up 143%. Is the fun over? I'm also noticing, Peter, it is a recent IPO actually. Started about a few days ago.
So 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I feel like something is amiss with this stock. Get AM at dad joke. Anyways, all right. Amass Brands is this. It seems to be a distiller. They're making beverage. I don't know what's in their portfolio, what they actually make, but apparently they've got a bunch of cocktail mixers. I'm really surprised that they're publicly traded, to be honest. I've never seen these drinks. I'm looking at them right now, Carlos, and they're not looking familiar at all. But anyways, maybe you guys have seen these things in your drugstore or somewhere. Hold on here. Let me see if I can call it up on the screen. Here they are.
See if we can bring it up.
Here's their cans. Do those look familiar? Those
no,
cans?
I've never seen those. But there's so much stuff out there now. Like if you go to Walgreens or some of these places where they carry everything, you can't keep up with the stuff that's out there. So many drinks, it's insane. But no, I never heard of these guys.
No, me neither. But anyways, all right. Well, they're publicly traded. They're here. I think it's just apparently there was. They think it's a short squeeze, is what they're saying here. But it seems odd to have a short squeeze just 2 days into trading. I mean, it did drop off the IPO price, so that wasn't a good opening day for them. This is helped, of course, by the small float that you already mentioned. So. Wow. They really had a rough day. Now that I'm looking at the chart a little closer, Carlos, they IPO'd at $17, dropped pretty steadily and quickly right down to $4. They closed at $3.58. And, here they are today. So, gapping up, twice what they were closed at roughly, but still half of where they IPO'd just 2 days ago. So look, if you like the high risk, low float stocks, maybe this is a great one for you. It's got 11 million shares. I mean, it's trading with volume, but I don't know. You know what? I'm going to throw it here on the list and be ready to jettison it if I find more interesting things. I doubt I'll pay too much attention to it, but it's here.
Yeah, glad you'll be watching that one. Let us know if anything happens. I'll be keeping it off my list now, and I'll update the list in the banner at the bottom in just a second here, friends. MNTS this morning up 42%. If you guys remember this is momentous. Yeah, it was active yesterday and actually ended the day pretty well. I went back to look at it after we did our P Capital meeting yesterday with my group there for the 5-minute RB. And yesterday was actually doing very well, ending the day well. Today, more action, 8.5 million shares traded. If you guys remember, I did have this on my list, but the morning was not that great. And the fun continues, as you can see here on the daily and the 5-minute chart as well. So, Peter, we know what's going on with this one. We saw a high flying yesterday. It is not done as the madness continues.
Clearly the madness is continuing because if you guys remember, Momentus is an aerospace and defense company. They were popping as a sympathy play with the excitement around the upcoming SpaceX IPO. What's interesting this morning is they've got a secondary offering. Now, secondaries we normally avoid, right? Normally when you get a secondary, the stock drops because they're issuing more stock, which means that it dilutes the value of the existing stock. However, as we can see here today, they're gapping higher on the announcement that they're issuing more stock. So we're really in a little space bubble. There you go, space bubble. We're in a space bubble here because, for them to issue a $25 million private placement of stock, and have the stock jump as 40% as a result of that, just shows there's demand. So you can keep issuing shares. I'm wondering, I bet you in the next 2 weeks, we're going to see some of these other aerospace or space-related companies take advantage of that. Why not, right? When the market's hot, if people can't get enough of what you're doing, make more. Make hay while the sun shines, as they say. So let's go.
Yeah, there it is, friends. I'm going to put it here on my popcorn ticker alongside with the other one. I think the other one should also be a popcorn ticker, at least AMSS. It's another one that's also high flying. So I'm going to add it there too, because that one does look interesting. AMSS, and we'll see what happens. Recent IPO, we'll see how it looks like in a little bit later in the morning. All right, continuing here, friends, with our gappers list. Let's look at IPWR. So IPWR is the next one on deck. This one also low flow, 8.1 million shares float. Volume is 2.5. Daily looks very, very messy, as you can see here. And again, pre-market action doesn't look that great compared to other low flows that are actually moving like momentous. I think that's a go. And if you like the low flow, it's a better one to watch this morning. Going to keep this one off. It is up 24%. Ideal Power is the name of the ticker. And they're doing some stuff this morning, Peter.
Ideal Power. I was still looking at these amassed drinks here, trying to figure out what they do. Anyways, all right. Yes, Ideal Power Inc. What is their news? Okay. All right. They have managed to secure some Rubin Ultra AI data center. So they've got a letter of agreement. A letter of intent anyways with NVIDIA to get access to some of their super high-end chips, and they're going to co-develop something on that basis. So as soon as you start talking all these hyperscaler tools that are built on the high-end chips, people get excited because that's what supports the AI data centers and drives growth. So looks like they've got some details on this letter of intent they've got with NVIDIA. And as soon as you mention, deal and NVIDIA, you know what happens to your stock. So here they go. Whoa. They are, I like how they anyways, yeah, these companies, sometimes their marketing is really quite good. And even if I don't know what they're talking about, sounds cool. You go to their website and immediately comes up with ultra low loss bidirectional power semiconductors. That's what they make. What does that mean? No idea. I don't care. Sounds cool. I'm in. Give me some of that.
Yes. Yes.
Look at that. We got a picture of a car and off they go. So
that looks good. That looks good. I like that. It looks looks like a fake Tesla, but
fake Tesla. Yeah, it's just some generic SUV, sitting there.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So there you go. Do we want to trade it though? That's the question.
Yes.
I wasn't really a rant, was it? Anyways, I like them.
It was borderline. It was getting there.
Right.
Yeah, you pulled it back. You pulled it back.
I'll
But
I'll work on it.
It was like a swing check. It was like a baseball swing check, and we got to go back to the third base and see if you actually passed the plate. Some people are going to say yes, others are going to say no, and nobody's going to agree.
Okay,
So,
I'll queue up again then. We'll get it next time.
there you go.
But I don't know. This is a low float, 10 million shares in the float, Carlos. Never seen it on our list before, so it feels risky. The volume's good this morning though, up 25%. I think this is another maybe low float, right? The problem with these is that they're hit or miss, right? All too often we see what happens. The opening bell rings and these things just go dead. Like all the action happened pre-market. That happens a lot. Every once in a while, they'll actually take off, right, and give you good trading. So you have to kiss a lot of frogs to find the prince or princesses amongst them.
Yep,
Can you have a princess
absolutely.
frog? I know traditionally it's a prince, but I'd rather find a princess, I guess, if I'm kissing some frogs. Anyways,
I
never
don't
mind.
think so.
Moving on.
All right, here we go, friends. How's Disney doing? Is Disney okay?
Speaking of which,
just make sure you're not probably throwing some hints. Maybe your brain's telling you, "Hey, look at Disney this morning." I don't know, but no, Disney's not doing anything. It's pretty quiet. All right, let's continue, friends. So the top few, again, all three of them, low flow, and the next one's low flow too. Actually, wow, the first 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all low flow tickers.
Seems to be that
the
type
best,
of day.
momentous for me, it seems obviously the best. And they have their second day. They have some actual news behind it. Not actually, these all have, some of them might have news. This is actual like news that I like. That's probably better, right? Originally. So let's see. But again, we're typically not low flow traders. Some of these can trade decent if you are in that space. CPSA is another one that we saw not so long ago, right? In the last week, this thing, I remember it. And yesterday, I didn't see it yesterday, but last week we saw this getting some volume, moving higher. Yesterday had an awesome day, 7 to 11 here. So look at that. And then this morning, up some more, 23%. Let's go look at the actual intraday action on this one. Go ahead, Peter. As we look at this.
Keep going as you're talking about it. I'm just looking at their website again. I love these guys' websites. Some of these engineering companies, they're getting so much better than they used to be.
Nice. But yeah, CP here had like 1 or 2 halts at the start, and then it actually looks like it traded very well. Again, I didn't watch the price action. Volume seems to be very light, but it trended nicely higher. And today they're gapping up again huge. So doing good this morning so far.
Yeah, and all I can tell you about them again is what I'm finding right here on the website, Carlos. If you can show them, they're pioneering next generation of high performance materials and solving the world's toughest engineering challenges. They apparently make advanced metal matrix composite solutions. I said all that. I still don't really know what they do. They make stuff, advanced metal matrix composite solutions, and this is great, man. They got everything from satellites to moon rovers to aircraft carriers to high-speed trains on their website. I don't know if they make stuff for any of that. I have no clue. I mean, those could be just random photos, but it makes me think they make things for all of that. I mean, I don't know. Anyways, they're moving in sympathy because I guess some of their clients are aerospace and defense, and they presumably make parts for moon rovers or Mars rovers, and yeah, they got a sympathy move yesterday. It looks like it's continuing today as this excitement over space is just pushing all sorts of things to the northeast here as everything goes up and to the right. So
yeah, you know, it's the advanced word and the matrix word that make this full of a little bit of BS-ish like, right? Because if you take the advanced and matrix out, you make metal composite solutions for it. Okay, I feel like you're not BSing me. It sounds good. But you advanced metal matrix, like really matrix? What is that?
Look, I mean, they could make storage shelving for all I know, right? Like, I mean,
like, do you need to put matrix? Like,
you just make it sound cool here.
Sound good.
I mean, if you're really interested, you can go to their website and find out what they do. So, anyways,
yeah. The name is working today, guys. It is up 24% with 733,000 shares traded. It is a low flow. Another one with a now third day play. So, man, who are we to tell it's not doing the right thing here? I don't want to watch too many low floats, but I got to tell you, third day play like this, if you're a low flow trader, you are in heaven today because, man, it is low flow frenzy out here. As you see, another one here, QTTB is the next one. Also, a low flow ticker, QTTB, and this one just getting going here. Had an okay day yesterday. Today up 24%. The volume is pouring in though on this one. Very active. 2.8 million shares traded right now, up 30%. And this one is just getting going here. So we'll see how this looks. But again, another low flow ticker, Peter. This morning, anything fun on their website? Peter's digging through all these low flow websites and trying to figure out what's going on.
Apparently today is just bizarro day across the market because once again, they have a private placement, a $55 million private placement. Now they did issue these at $8 a share, which would have been a premium over the close yesterday as the stock closed at $7.09 and hadn't really been over $8 until this morning. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's good news for them. They're certainly taking advantage of that. Again, normally markets push you down when you issue more stock because that infringes with their float, right? And it dilutes the value of the existing shares. However, this morning, the market seems to love secondaries in these private placements. So let's go. Come on, QTTB. Q23 Bio is the name of this company. It's a biotech. So it's actually not, making space stuff. They're doing biotech. So.
All right, there you go, guys. Friends, nothing on my list this morning. Pretty light so far. Just a couple of popcorn tickers that we'll keep an eye on. QTTB could be another one as it moves through $9 here and see how it ends up in a couple of minutes. As high as 10.33 on that one so far this morning. All right, let's see. Do we have anything that's not a low flow? I mean, it continues. UMC is not a low flow, but the one after that it is. UMC here, we're up 15%, 790,000 shares traded. This is United Microelectronics. Okay, I had to expand the thing there to see the name. But yesterday, they had a big day. So big gap up yesterday. Lately, they've been trading very well. Another gap up today. So the fun is continuing on this one as well. I mean, everything is just up, Peter. Everything is just up. Like, if you're doing bad in this market, like, what are you selling? Well, not selling, but what product are you trying to sell that is not working? I mean, look at the SPY, look at everything. I mean, if you're in the oil business, I get it. But other than that, man, you should just be all-time highs. There's no reason why not. So, just incredible, man. Just incredible. So, what's your thoughts on this on UMC this morning?
I think it's a sympathy. They moved up with all the semiconductors. I mean, almost all. It's sort of weird, as I was saying yesterday, to see NVIDIA as the laggard stock in the space, but they really are. I mean, Micron, all-time highs. AMD yesterday, all-time highs. So, everybody's doing it. All the kids are going to all-time highs except for the big boy. Now, Carlos, that article that you shared with us yesterday was fascinating, and I read that last night, and I think you got it from Harvey, right, in the chat room.
Harvey sent it to us. Yeah, he sent it to me. It was a great article. Let me get the link for you guys in case you missed it here.
It's a really good article that talks about sort of the progression of these, I think he's calling it super cycles or hyper cycles or whatever he called it. But bottom line is, whenever we saw you get these front runner companies that become bellwethers for the growth, it happened when we had all the industrial revolutions, right? From the introduction of railways to automobiles to the internet to now. Those are the big comparisons he makes, but it follows the same cycle where you get the initial builders of some of the backbone, and then you've got to build out the infrastructure, then you get some eventual big winners. So this AI, as we keep saying, it's a bubble. I would still use the term bubble, but it's part of a bigger cycle, right? And there are going to be winners and losers. And like you had big winners in the railways and in the automotive, right? GM was a big winner there. And then in the internet, you had, of course, Microsoft, they're still around. And right now, right, our go-to, of course, is NVIDIA, which brings it to mind for me. But there's going to be lots of companies that follow on. And some of the stuff we're watching today may not exist in 5 or 10 years. But there could be other massive companies that come around that take advantage of this infrastructure. And as is speculated in this article, they could be companies with like 2 employees and all AI bots, right? Like, and it makes a good point to point out, we have to remember that what we call AI right now are really just semi-autonomous chatbots. They're really not that intelligent and they're not that smart. So, but we're getting there, right? The promise of the technology is that there is significantly more capability behind it that could essentially run corporations, right? So a lot of the companies that we see now might get supplanted. Again, like you saw in each one of these revolutions, there's companies that die along the roadside, I guess, so to speak, because, their business model doesn't morph. Carlos, you were talking about something the other day where, we were looking at, what were you looking at? Were you looking at, I don't know, marketing comes to mind. Like marketing companies, it could be that some marketing companies just die because there's a company with 2 employees that it's all AI driven and they've got the right AI engines, and there's 2 coders that said, you know what, I can undercut the competition because I can do your marketing campaign in about 5 minutes. You don't like it, I'll build another one. Just here, give me 5 minutes, or 5 seconds. So it's really quite fascinating if you think about where we could go. I mean, again, I'm excited about AI as long as it doesn't kill us all. Love you, robot overlords. But I mean, there is a lot of potential. So, anyways, if you're interested in that whole environment, and again, where are we going to go? What does this do for the markets and what the stocks we focus on? I think it's a good article. It doesn't directly talk about trading, but it sort of talks about the impact of these cycles and what it could mean from a corporate perspective and sort of an investment perspective indirectly. So, anyways, interesting. We'll get you that link so that you can check it out. And we both found this.
I just dropped it over on YouTube. And I see some people asking me here in chat. I'm going to drop it there as well. I see Jared getting ready to rock and roll, friends. Peter, before we hand it off to Jared, any U.S. economic data we can share now? Is anything out 8:30?
Well, at 8:15, we did have the ADP employment numbers. You know, they came out, and frankly, the market, I didn't see any reaction from the market whatsoever. So they were sort of in line. You can see here we've had an increase in this ADP employment over the last few release sessions, but you know, nothing really that impressive. The market, I said, didn't seem to react whatsoever. So yeah, that's it, and that's all the economic data, as you can see, for the day. So
Yeah.
we're pretty much
All
done.
right.
We can go back to our crazy low floats.
There you go, friends. All right, we'll leave you in the chat room with Engineering the Markets with Jared. So if you're on YouTube, you want to get access to that, head over to BearTrace.com. As Jared gets ready to start his show there, and we'll continue on X and YouTube. We'll catch you guys a little bit later.
And there, I posted it for our friends on X as well, so you can take.
Oh, yes, on X also. Harvey's in chat. Harvey, thank you so much for sharing. That was awesome. This is what I like about the community, man. People start sharing things, and that was awesome to see. You know, I got some great emails yesterday of people that, found the channel and are joining BBT, and they're having a great time. It's just awesome. So thank you, guys. I read all the emails, so if you want to send me an email, calls@bearwithtraders.com. Tell us, Peter. We'd love to hear from you guys, so thank you for sharing that. It's an awesome article. You know what I went to look for too, Peter? We spoke about this yesterday, and my theory was right. You know, the dark side of the moon is the wrong terminology and has really messed up people. I was reading this whole thing. It's really the far side of the moon is correct. I think there's an album out there that calls it the dark side of the moon, and that album is very popular. Everybody goes with that, but it's actually the far side of the moon, which actually does get sun. And I knew it had to be, because if this is the Earth, and the moon rotates around the Earth and the sun is here, eventually you have to get to a point in the year where the sun will hit that side. And it does a couple of times, actually. So I'm wondering, why didn't they plan? Like you said yesterday, what they did was nothing new. It's just kind of to get publicity. This would have been nice. If you actually would have planned to do it when the sun was on that side, they probably would have. I'm not sure what the temperature situation is in doing that, right? Because you're closer to the sun, obviously.
Maybe
that would have been nice to be able to see the actual light off the far side of the moon, right?
Well, Carlos, you put that request in. We'll see if they can.
I'm gonna put it in not with NASA, because they're too slow. I'll put it in with SpaceX. They'll probably do a better job of getting that done much quicker.
As you said, our members are fantastic, and I want to take a quick opportunity to thank everybody out there, because without Eamon, we don't have our fun fact of the day or information. We're feeling the loss of all of that. But anyways,
I know.
But we can still thank you guys. You guys are great. Carl, I got an email last week that I actually really appreciated, and it was from a member. Remember, we were talking about solar companies, and we were actually talking about. I made some throwaway comments about Canadian solar. And and I just said I don't understand it, because half the year we are farther away from the sun, and it would be weaker, and we just don't have that. It just doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense. And it was interesting. He said, "Hey, I'm a scientist. I just have to correct you. It's not that the northern hemisphere is farther away from the sun. It's because of the planetary tilt. So because of the tilt, the rays don't hit at the same angle as we circle the sun, and therefore you just don't get as much radiation intensity." And I'm like, there you go. Hey, look, I learned something. And I just appreciated the fact that they took the time to send me a note, said, "I hope you don't mind. Like, I don't mean to correct you, but you were wrong." And I'm like, cool. Like, to me, it was just a throwaway comment.
Peter's used to this. Peter's used to this. His wife tells him all the time, like, "Peter, you're wrong."
There you go. So like sometimes you're just wrong, and again, I don't mind being corrected, because I'd love to. That's the whole point of this, right? You get people who know more than you. They can help you out. I was looking for the email to make sure I don't say it wrong again, because I'd hate to do that. But anyways, it's here we go. Yeah, it was a note that it was all about this, all about the axial tilt of the Earth. So anyway, so there you go. Now you know.
Now you know.
Okay, there's our
all right,
PSA
friends.
for the day.
Yes, since we're missing Eamon, and actually Eamon had a scheduled day off today. This morning he will be on with us. He did remind me that he sent me something like so far back. I completely forgot about it. It was so far in advance, But he'll be on later at 11 a.m., so we will get to see Eamon and Kyle 11 a.m. here today. But friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We really love your support. If it's your first time here, subscribe. Me and Peter are live every morning with Eamon, 8 a.m. all the way till 12, taking you through the market prep and the market open as well. So definitely join us as we do work here and prepare together. All right, let's take a look at I'm going to stop here in the gap up. There's a bunch of things, a lot of low flows this morning, guys. We went through a few of them here. Some of them actually look pretty good. If you're a low flow trader, you're going to do pretty well with them. So tons of low flows here. ASTI, we didn't get to that one, but there's just a bunch. But Peter, I want to get to you. Obviously, MU is on the spotlight today, man, hitting 1 trillion, joining that club. And these guys are just rocking. Even right now, you look at them go, they're just getting a ton of volume, ton of action. Price now hitting 900, I think, right? Was it 900 I saw this morning? Yeah, 985. Yeah. 985 is your high. So still tradable. You can still take less shares. Expect, that you can get a pretty big moves on this one, so you don't have to take a boatload of shares. I will have that on my list today. But what else you like here in the gap up here that we have? I mean, it's a massive, massive list.
Oh man, just mentioning Micron, yeah. So they closed yesterday at just below 900, but we're over it during the course of the day because we were watching them at like 915 or something like that. Yeah, and they only gapped up about $67 here this morning, right? It's like, as you point out, to be $960 right now, and did hit a high as high as 985. So yeah, Micron on fire. But what else do I like? Well, we did have some earnings, nothing that we normally pay a lot of attention to, but Abercrombie and Fitch. Why can't I say that today? My face doesn't want to make those sounds. ANF is the ticker there. Abercrombie and Fitch. So there you go. If I can't say it right, they'll never accept me as a store model. I better get that right. But do they still do that? Anybody been by one recently? Do they still have all the shirtless dudes that hang out front?
I haven't seen that.
Anyways,
I'm sure that pissed somebody off, and it's probably canceled. Probably got canceled.
I just, when I was in Manhattan, I remember going by one and I'm like, whoa, what the hell is happening here? And it was an Abercrombie and Fitch, and I was surprised by that. But that was a couple of years ago, so maybe it doesn't happen. Anyways, look, they had earnings. They beat their numbers, and they announced that they're buying back about $450 million worth of stock. So they're sending a market signal that they believe that their stock is undervalued. That's usually what happens when companies say they're buying their stock back, because they say, we don't have a better place to put it. And if you guys don't think it's worth that much, we'll take it back. Thank you very much. We're happy to pay you the general public for it. So I don't know. It's gapping up about 4% this morning. It's been a little tumultuous because it was down early on, and then it was up a big amount. And now it's sort of mid-range there. So not one that we typically see a lot of volume on, so trade it if you want. Yeah, that was the only gap up earnings. I had a couple of other earnings, but they're gapping down that I'll let you know about. Other than that, Carlos, you like Tesla? Always a good thing to watch. You never know when it's going to move and when it's not. Sort of like PLTR, for example, right? You never know when it's going to move and when it's not going to move. Sometimes I like to put those on deck just to see what's happening. Another one that's been quietly going to all-time highs, by the way, because they did it again yesterday before selling off, was Apple. So, Apple with the big announcement that they are going to be changing back to their Lightning cable. And no, I'm kidding. I'm just trying to get Carlos to go. No, ignore that. That's fake news.
This is my reaction right away. I'm like, what are you talking about, man?
No. Anyways, all right. But Apple, I keep feeling like it's just sort of quietly going to all-time highs. While we're focused over on the semiconductors and the AI stuff, they're sort of like, we're doing AI too, and the stock has been moving, but I don't know. It's just hasn't grabbed our attention the same way some of the others have. So maybe you want to watch that. So those are probably the big ones that I've got. Again, I feel like the whole market is in a waiting period. While we were waiting yesterday, though, we were definitely running high on a few things. We're waiting for news on the war. Is it on again, off again? The Strait open, closed? It's closed. We know it's closed. It hasn't opened. But there's like, again, it feels like every single week, there's always announcements out of the Trump administration that we've got a deal and that the war is going to soon come to an end, and then you sort of hear from Iran that they're like, no, we don't, and then we sort of move on to the next cycle, right? So we're back into that. The same thing happened this past weekend. We're just waiting for some news, some information, and something to change. So and of course, I said we're waiting for the big space IPOs, which are still 2 weeks away. So you need to take a deep breath. It's not happening quite yet. So we'll just see what happens.
Yep, absolutely. All right, guys, let's take a look at. I added MU to the list. I mean, it is just incredible. Definitely going to be in play. And just as a reminder, take a look at Andrew's recap from yesterday on MU. Just a monster trade he took here. There's the video. You can take a look at it on YouTube. Wow. Hit that thumbs up on it, and also make sure to comment on it and motivate him to do more like these, because I know they're very hard to do. They're very time consuming, but man, they are awesome. All right, let's see what's capping down. Peter, you said, something happening? Something good?
Oh, well, don't worry. We'll get to it. Second on our list here. People are talking about Zscaler, so we'll get there.
Right, I'll be next here. Here is Vroom. I don't know if that's the name, but VRRM. Vera
close.
Mobility. Yeah, close. It's missing a couple of vowels there. But we are down 55%, man. 2.2 million shares traded. So they're just getting demolished here this morning. And normally don't get whole lot of volume. You can see on their daily, they're very quiet as far as volume. I mean, their biggest day, it looks like in February, both in February actually, or maybe January, up to 5.7. The rest are lower. So not one that's going to be on the list. It is not a low flow, sitting at 150 million shares flow. But Peter, today they're taking it on the chin this morning.
They apparently had a contract with Avis Budget, which has been terminated. So, the effective termination date is September. However, they said that they are not going to have a renewal on that contract, and as a result, they've had to cut their revenue outlook. So, never good news when you have to do that. They apparently provide smart transportation, global leader in smart transportation. I don't even know what that means these days, but all right. Anyways, so apparently Avis Budget didn't think it was smart enough and canceled their contract. So that's what's got them gapping down this morning. I have never seen this on our list before. It normally trades about 2 million shares a day. We've already traded more than 2 million shares today. So it's tough to say what to expect on this. It's already looking a little bit like that volume has died off. So I think we may have missed the fun on this one. So probably no thanks.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get a lot of sideways action on this thing. So let's look at the next one here that you mentioned, Peter. ZS for our Canadian friends. We are down 23% this morning, 1.2 million shares traded. And what's going on with them, Peter? They're definitely getting a little bit of a hiccup this morning.
Yeah, this is one of the earnings play from last night. So Zscaler here had earnings, and they beat their numbers in quarter. However, their guidance was lower than the analyst had anticipated, and that leaves them a little disappointed, and we're seeing a sell-off here this morning. So it seemed to have gotten a little bit of momentum as with the early this morning around 7 a.m. as it dropped even further. It's made a little bit of a bounce back. The volume's there. I mean, this is, again, another low trading stock normally. 3.5 million shares on its average day, 1.2 million so far this morning. So could be in play. Feels chancy, though. Feels risky. Carlos, I think, maybe if I don't find something better, maybe I'll just put it on a secondary to see. Because I know people were mentioning this yesterday as well as it was heading into earnings. It had a good volume day yesterday, right? Like I said, 3.5 million shares is its normal day. Yesterday it traded about 11 million shares, so it was definitely above average. But still, I don't have a lot of hope this is going to be one of our better trading stocks.
Yeah, this is a tough one, man. I do like the pre-market action on it. It's 1.2 million. But it is a difficult one to trade. I gotta say though, today, Peter, might be the day that it does something. So maybe a secondary. I want to give it the benefit of the doubt here that we are gonna
Maybe.
see something on it, but I don't know. Secondary. Let's come back to it. I do like the pre-market action, and some people are saying who's getting fired. Peter gave you the answer to that on this one here. All right, let's see. Let's look at PDD is next on here this morning, and what's going on with these guys? Wow, big drop into that 630 time there. So nice big drop for them. Is it earning for them? Earnings? I know.
Yeah.
I know nobody cares about earnings anymore. That's it. NVIDIA reported. That's it. Everybody's like, all right, we'll wait for next season. Like, no, like I feel like earnings. That's it. That's all we were needed for was NVIDIA's report. But here's PDD. They're down 8.3, 3.2 million shares traded. Their daily has been messy, man. Look at this back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
And finally getting a drop in some movement and some volume on it this morning.
Yeah, and Pinduoduo, or officially PDD Holdings, they missed their numbers on all fronts. Missed on revenue, delivering 15.4 billion versus 15.9, and only $1.23 in earnings when there was $2.23 expected. So they lost a whole dollar somewhere there. Carlos, we were talking about companies with good websites. PDD's decided to go the other way for their English language holdings here. I went to their website. Look what you get. This is impressive. This is impressive in its minimalistic approach. They just say it's a multinational commerce group that owns and operates a portfolio of businesses. We're not even going to tell you which businesses those are. We don't care. Oh, here, click for more. Let me click for more. I literally get one more paragraph that just says we aim to bring more business and people into the digital economy. What the hell? Like, they're like, I could care less about you, North American investors. I am going to give you nothing. If you can't read Chinese and go to our core site, go away. Like, that's literally what this is screaming at me. So, okay. All right, PDD Holdings, be that way. So, in any event, they had earnings last night. Market's disappointed. This can trade okay on time. So, yeah, maybe I'll watch it, even if they're giving us the old middle finger here on their website. That's what it feels like. Anyways, maybe I'm just, there you go. There's a little rant, but
yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong though. I mean, this feels
no love.
Feels disrespectful.
PDD, yeah. I like PDD here. I think it's very, very active this morning. And again, we traded this in the past. When it's in play, it can actually trade very well. I think today could be one of those days. So I'm going to slap it on our list here. I'm going to, again, put it on the secondary because I think there's better things to look at. And I want to see what you guys got to on your list for us to look at and see if anything comes off of that we might like. So I'll be on the lookout for your trades in just a second here as we get through the gap down list. Next one on here is SATL. SATL this morning down 8.2 million shares traded. Float on this one is sitting at 65 million. So not a low float, a little bit higher there. But this morning, lower price stock, they are dropping from yesterday's high. So giving some back this morning as we are pulling off a little bit. So good volume in the pre-market. I'm not sure how well this is going to trade, Peter, so I don't know. We do have shares for short on it with Interactive Brokers. Plenty, by the way, 5.9 million. So no issues there. I'm not sure. I'm on the fence. What's your thoughts, Peter?
Yeah, they popped up yesterday when they had news yesterday morning that they won a 1-year Earth observation imagery contract for over $18 million. They just said with an international defense contractor. They didn't say who that was, but again, I think they maybe popped a little more because people are like, "What did you say? Satellites, space? Let's go." So they maybe went a little higher, and now they're just getting sort of that buyer's remorse as they're dropping. Yeah, probably not a good trading opportunity for today.
Yeah, there you go, friends. And yes, I see you guys mentioning American Airlines. Alex, you're mentioning that there. I did see that headline today. American Airlines announcing they're going to go with Starlink as their feature thing. So
this is where you've got to give American Airlines some kudos. Good timing on the announcement, right? I mean, yes. I'm sure obviously they didn't decide this on a whim. They've had this in the planning, I'm sure, for a very long time. But while space stuff is at and especially anything to do with the IPO, which of course this indirectly is related to, yeah, we'll announce it now. Why not? American Airlines taking advantage of that. So
Yeah, good job there. So they're moving up to $15.13.
oh, Carlos, if
Oh
only.
boy, it's
If
$5
only.
from my would-be
Come on,
entry on my swing trade.
rant, Carlos. Come
Somebody
on.
play the violin. I need a tiny violin just
Yeah,
to play.
where's the world's
I'm
smallest
crying.
violin?
Yeah, world's
Yeah.
smallest violin. Is crying over here. All right. It is what it is. All right. So that's it. And I'm surprised Delta is going with Amazon Leo. Amazon Leo. So Delta decides to go with that. Southwest, United, and others are going with Starlink. So if you fly Delta, let us know how the Amazon Leo, I think is what they call it, how that's working. All right. Let's continue here. And what else do we have, friends? Let's see on our gap down list this morning. Let's do 2 more, and then we'll hop over to some of the quantum stuff is actually down today. Rigetti, QBTS, all on the other side of the list today. What happened?
This guy on TikTok, he's
Oh,
playing
did he
for you.
find? Oh, there you go. He's playing for me. Oh,
Here, we'll get him to. He's playing the little violin for you. So
yeah, there it is.
because we feel bad for your
feel bad for my American Airlines swim
Yeah,
trade.
yeah. Poor
There you go.
Carlos. All right. Anyways.
All right, back to business, friends. I can't afford Delta. What's Delta trading at? Delta is not trading. Yeah, it's not that much. $81. $81. So it's not that high or price tag. So yeah, not that bad. American Airlines at 15, and I think United is also up there as well, 108. So they're not that expensive. All right, let's see here, friends. Unless you meant tickets. You meant did you mean flight
To actually
tickets?
fly? Oh, well, that's different. Yeah.
That's a whole different story. Okay, travel. Peter, you know that only like a small percentage of the Earth's population travels on planes?
Oh yeah. Yes.
I didn't know how small. It was like tiny. It was like
Oh yeah.
single digit. I had no idea.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think it's even
I had
less
no
than that,
idea.
isn't it? Like if you the
like
total
3%.
number of travel. What's that?
It's like 5 or 6. It's like a very low number of
Really?
the population.
I would have
travels.
thought it was even lower than that. But yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
small. But it helps you understand how fortunate we are, and that to be in the spot we're in, I guess,
Yeah,
if
man.
you can afford to
It's-
travel. It's
Yeah.
most people can't. The getting on an airplane is they wouldn't even imagine it. Most of the Earth's population. So
Yeah. And Novato and Novo, I don't think it's because they don't want to. I think it's just because of affordability of it, right? The affordability of it, right? So I don't think it's because they don't want to. I don't think that's the case. I think people do want to travel. It's just that unfortunately they're not able to, right? It's a big difference. All right, so Peter, actually, you know what? Well, let's look at Rigetti, and then we'll go to you on what else you like on the gap down. Let's look at some of the quantum stuff. This stuff, if I could type here, Rigetti, RGTI. I'll get the number in a second, but it's a very low number for that, for the flights. RGTI, friends, we are down here 4% after moving up higher over the last couple of days. On a lot of the quantum stuff has some good momentum, but I had no luck finding opportunities on any of these. QBTS, I think, gave us one really good shot on this date here. Since then, have not really been paying attention to them. I do want to keep an eye on one of these. I'm thinking I'm going to go with QBTS. Rigetti for me used to be the best one, and it kind of has turned to like the worst one. I mean, at least for me personally, like I don't like the way it trades. I don't like the way it moves. QBTS for me, I think it's a little bit better. So I'm going to put that on my secondary list just to keep an eye on it to see if we're going to go back down to 23, 22, right? If the fun is over and we're dropping, there could be a short opportunity here. But I'm going to put QBTS on my list. You can watch whichever one you like this morning, but they're all on the gap down list. I just want to keep an eye at least on one here, Peter. See if anything develops out of it. So how about for you on the QB on quantum, and also let me know anything else you like on the gap down list, Peter.
Yeah, I don't think quantum's going to do anything today. I have no expectation it will anyway. So yeah, that's not on my list. We already talked about, I think, the key things that I'm looking at. We're going to take a look at the semis and focus there. Other than that, I really don't know. Like, it's a day sort of like yesterday, Carlos. We don't have anything that's leaping out and saying, trade me, you've got to pay attention to me. Like, I just don't see that. So I'm going to try and take it quieter. Yesterday, I saw that, and then I was trying to make NVIDIA do something, and my God, it just just kept beating me up. So we'll try and be smarter today. So other than some of the things we talked about, I'll keep an eye on Zscaler. We'll see what that's doing. I might watch. I don't know if PDD is going to be that insulting stock, if it's going to do anything. One that by the way just had earnings, in case you guys are interested. Dick's Sporting Goods, DKS, also had earnings this morning. Not typically a big volume trader. They missed on bottom line revenue barely, and just barely beat on revenue, missed on earnings is what I'm trying to say. But as always, it's the guidance that matters, and their guidance was a little bit lower than they raised their guidance, but not as much as analysts were hoping. So as such, they're gapping down a little bit this morning. So I like how they now have a Foot Locker unit, by the way. Remember how they took over Foot Locker a while back? So a Foot Locker unit, but in any event.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Dick's Sporting Goods, in case you're interested. Yeah, I'm gonna wait and see. I'm gonna wait and see what moves, Carlos, and try not to rush anything. That's my plan at this point.
Yeah. I like it. Let's take a look at what you guys like this morning, friends, over on YouTube and X. Let me know, and let's start pulling out some of these tickers and seeing what looks good this morning. So we'll start here. I see CRM. Normally does not trade very well, but I see why you're bringing it up. Harbor is because they have earnings tonight, right? So CRM. So maybe tomorrow will probably be a better day to be in play. Right now, volume, as I suspect, very quiet, not doing a whole lot, pretty much flat.
Yeah.
Again, there's just not a really great intraday trading stock, right? Very light volume for the most part. So, but let's see tomorrow. Tomorrow after earnings, we'll see how that looks. SMCI, we'll take a look at what's going on there. SMCI this morning down 3.6, 1.3 million shares traded. This can be tradable. I could see some action coming off of this, especially with all the semis doing so well in the tech companies. Yeah, I could see this one doing some stuff this morning.
I love SMCI. I just love the story behind it. I love the fact that love in a bad way, I guess, right? It amuses me. This is a company that has had no end of scandals. If you remember, they first came to our attention when they had to restate a bunch of financial numbers. They came back to our attention when they announced that they were going to, I don't know, double or triple their growth, and then didn't come even close. And then once again, they were on our radar when one of their senior statespeople, one of their board members, who was like 70 years old, was leading a multi-billion-dollar international syndicate to illegally resell NVIDIA chips. So you know what? And yet they continue to trundle on. They're actually in the news today because the NVIDIA CEO, Jensen Huang, spoke out and said he strongly encourages SMCI to strengthen their export compliance controls. So, and as I just mentioned, I mean, clearly NVIDIA, I don't know if I would say they were hurt, but they were implicated because it was their chips that they were literally like, Carlos, I think you had a video at one point where they were using like hair dryers to melt QR codes and stuff, get barcodes off of them so they could anonymize the equipment and then ship it into China or wherever it was going to. And anyways, so Wang, anyways, in his comments said that he certainly hoped Supermicro will enhance and improve their regulation compliance and avoid the same type of issues from happening in the future. So first time he's actually said anything about it. Interesting how waited for a while after the incident was announced to make any comments. So, but he spoke about that incident yesterday, I guess it was, when he was talking at some event. So in any event, so there you go. So yeah, that's why SMCI, not a good reason to be in the news, but it blows my mind. It doesn't seem to hurt them that much. Like they're up 3.7%. So they just keep on.
And that comment
along.
of him bringing him up to begin with is a positive thing for them, right? Tells me that he's not completely done with them, and business as usual. Get rid of those bad actors and move forward.
Yeah. Any I guess any press is good press, as they sometimes say. So I guess that Supermicro lives by that. Doesn't matter what's going on. Any press they get seems to benefit them in the long run.
Jeez, man, it's crazy. Makes me want to put them on the list. I feel like I'm gonna miss out on a potential move here with these guys. So
It's possible, I guess.
yeah, let's see. My secondary list is just massive. I am gonna add these guys right on here as well. I think they belong there. It's just massive this morning. Only MU on my list. I'll add some more usual suspects. But first, I want to hear from you guys and what you guys like, and then I want to go from there. Alex, I could tell you this is your list here just because of the ticker names. You got HPQ. After the bell, Marvel after the bell. So, just tell me which ones are after the bell today. MRVL is probably the most interesting one out of that list. This one on the daily has been actually moving well. Intraday has not been all that fun. I am not a big fan of Marvell in the way they trade, but they do move. You can see here on the intraday action yesterday, they actually had a nice little drop, nice recovery, continuing into the after hours and continuing today. We're up 5.7, and their daily is reflecting that. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan. Peter, you?
Do you like their movies?
Movies?
No, never mind. Sorry. Oh, that's Marvel. I'm sorry.
Marvel.
We're talking about Marvell.
Marvel, yeah. Marvel is a whole different story.
Right.
Did I say Marvel?
Joke. No. You said Marvell. I just was trying to dad joke it.
Oh,
so, you know.
Gotcha.
Gotta get people's eyes rolling out there.
Gotta get there goes Peter again.
Right. Yeah, exactly. All right.
But
moving on.
You know what? Their movies are great. It's just too much. I can't keep up. I can't keep up, man. It's just too many movies. Like every year, it's like another one. Like, all right, what Spider-Man is this one? And what? It's just, I don't even know Spider-Man, but it's just too much. Yeah. Too much.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Slow it down. All right. Friends, I got MU. What else you guys got? Tesla. Let's take a look at that one. Tesla. Yes, Tesla does look great. Look at the daily on it. Look at the intraday action also. Pre-market up 1.7. Daily is pulling off here, guys. So I like Tesla. We'll add it on here to the list.
Harbor Alpha is just where was this like asking a random question? 911 or 911? It's just randomly posted in here. I don't even know what that means. But if you're asking, how do you say it? Anyways, it's a posting in here in the chat. Now you get me want to answer these things. 911 or 911? What do you say, Carlos? I would say it depends on what you're talking about.
What are you talking about?
If you're talking about the event where the planes crashed into the building, that's 911.
911.
If you're
100%,
if you're calling for emergency support, 911.
911. Yes. If you're talking about the Porsche, what do you say? Is that now what you went to first?
It's a 911, yeah.
It's a 911. That's what I went to first. He must be asking Peter about his car. That's what I went to first. I didn't go to the other two.
Yeah.
But
no, okay, that's funny. That wasn't even the first thing that came to mind for me. So there you go.
All right. There it is. I'm adding Tesla to the list, friends. ASTS, what a day. Let's take a look on what's happening with ASTS. I thought I saw this. Typed that wrong. ASTC. Typed that wrong. There it is. Oh, man, look at that. Yeah, ASTC, friends. This thing is rocking this morning. What's the float on this bad boy? As it's crushing through...
the float, very low, 1.3 million.
1.3 million. It's low flow day today. It really is, guys. I mean, there's so many low flow tickers. I want to keep an eye on this. What's the news, Peter? What's the news?
Hold on a sec. I need this news article. Wait a second.
Peter's going to go investigate.
So the headline reads as follows. Astrotech Corporation Board of Directors approves strategic lunar resource and infrastructure initiative to advance future moon-based quantum computing manufacturing. Their board approved them to create quantum computing manufacturing sites on the moon? Are we doing that now? We're not doing that. Hold on.
Peter's going to dig in.
Autonomously. Apparently, they've approved a strategic initiative focused on developing an autonomous lunar industrial infrastructure that could be an independently, fully autonomous computing and semiconductor manufacturing site based on the moon. Is their board smoking stuff? Or
space and tech,
is
man.
that real? I don't know. Carlos, they've they've even got a picture.
Mm.
So yeah, so okay. Like, look, what did we say earlier, right? That this stuff just anything space related right now is going crazy. Let's pull up this article. Here we go. Here, let's open this in a. So here's what future moon manufacturing could look like. There's your autonomous quantum computing semiconductor lab on the moon. That looks real. It looks like a bunch of little toy trucks, but that's
Yeah.
okay. You know what? It's a concept. They're working it. So hey, if you want to trade that today, why not? Why not? What does it
I'm
look
adding
like?
it to
Oh
my
my
list.
God,
My list looks ridiculous, but I'm adding it.
23 million shares this morning.
Yeah.
Sure. What the hell? What? Come on, man. This is a low float insanity. Yeah, I'm watching this one just for
I'm
this
watching
is
it.
a
Yeah.
popcorn. This is like our best popcorn stock of the morning.
I know. I added on there. So
Ah,
popcorn frenzy today. All right, friends. Question: what is considered a low flow? So usually anything under 50 million, I start to make sure I do a little bit of research. Right, under 50 million, 40 million. Some people even do 30 million, but under
yep.
50 million, you got to be careful. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some stocks that are at 35 million, 40 million that trade perfectly fine. They're in the $20 range. They are actually a company, not with just three people, a CEO counting as one of the employees, right? So there's not that. They're actual companies that are small and they actually have some product that they sell.
Hey,
Um, but
hey, don't knock it. With AI, that could be a whole legitimate company, right? You
that
get a
could be,
CEO, you get a chief
yeah,
accountant, and you get two
yeah,
programmers, four people in the company. All the rest are
right.
AI agents, and there'll be a
40,
trillion-dollar
40
company before
AI,
we know it.
40 AI agents. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. You know what? I got to
Did
change
you
my thought
hear?
process.
Did you hear about that the test they did? Somebody did a test where they gave an AI agent the job of opening a store, and
Hmm.
it did everything. Like it found a spot, negotiated a lease, decided what products to sell, hired an employee because they needed an actual employee to run the counter, and did the books and the accounting. Like the AI bot did everything. It created the whole concept and then opened a store.
The
So they're
future, man.
they're already testing this stuff where you could say, yeah, you could be an entrepreneur and put no work in other than telling your AI agent to go open me a store.
Yeah, I just
So
wanted to come over and do my laundry, man. I just
well,
that's all. I'm not asking for much. I don't need
it
you to
could.
think. Just fold his clothes and put it where it goes.
I mean,
That's
at this point,
simple.
it might be it could hire somebody to do your laundry, but you're right. You don't have the
Yeah,
robot yet that could actually do your laundry.
there you go. All right, friends. Let's see. I got MU. I got Tesla. What else you guys like this morning? Well, let's look at a few more. Then we'll head over to our U.S. economic. I'm sorry, to our website to see what's happening for today. Iran is the last one I see on here, and then I'm just going to add some usual suspects for the most part. Iran this morning up 3.8, 2.9 million shares traded. Let's see how it's been doing lately. Yesterday, you can't knock it too much yesterday. So much stuff was so choppy like this yesterday. So I'm not gonna bang it too much. But the day before that, this would have been Friday. Not bad. Got some movement here that looks somewhat clean. I know a lot of people like to watch this one. I usually end up not putting it on the list today. I don't know. 2.9 million, up 3.8, almost 4. Day looks clean. I don't see why not. Yeah, I'm gonna put it here today. We'll see. Normally, I do not watch this ticker. We'll look at it today and see what it does. So I'm not sure if it trades well or not, but we'll put it on deck this morning. All right, and then the other two, I'm just gonna add my usual suspects. We're gonna fill it up with NVIDIA, of course, and I know Peter will be watching AMD, so he'll keep an eye on that one. For us, though, that one looks good too. 1.4 million shares traded. You can see here on the daily, it's just again all-time highs. What else is new, right? Just all-time highs, all-time highs. So there you have it. Intel's another one that people like to watch as well. Too many letters on that one. Let's type that again. Let's just take that O out of the way. There it is. Intel. It's another one too that's been trading well. So you can watch that one. So 3.7 million. And then to go back to that question, just to top that off, usually anything under 15 million, like 2 million, 3 million, we have a lot of those in the gappers list today. Look at this. 5 million flow, 6 million, 11, 8. These are very, very low flow tickers, right? You got to be even more careful when stuff is that low into the single digits. That's low. That's really low, right? Here's some more. 5.7, 2.9. So again, a lot of low flow tickers. Nothing wrong with them. It's just it requires a different type of trading. Your strategy may not be the best suitable for that type of style of trading, right? And also experience, right? If you don't have the experience, if you're brand new, we highly recommend stay away from these at first until you develop some discipline, some trading experience, and then you can dabble in them. But first, build that experience first. All right, friends, let's get to bearwithtraders.com, where you can always check out what's happening. Head over to bearwithtraders.com. Click on the webinars tab right at the top here. Let me show you where that is. Right up here, webinars tab, and you can see what's happening in our community as far as events. We had a great onboarding class yesterday, and today is Wednesday. Peter's going to let you know what's happening this evening.
Randy Howell's what's happening this evening. He's going to be with us in the Bear Bull trading community for all of our elite members. He's going to talk about why winning is dangerous to your long-term success. It sounds counterintuitive, but I think any one of us that's traded for a long time probably knows where he's coming from. At least I have a concept, because it's happened to me where if you win in the wrong way, you can learn the wrong lessons, and you have to unlearn that. He's going to talk about that. He's going to unpack that and help you win the right way and make sure that you get your psychology set. So that's a webinar scheduled for 8 o'clock tonight. Once again, in the webinar room for all of our elite members. If you're a Bear Bull trading member, you can take advantage of that. How do you become one? Well, you go to bearbulltraders.com and check out the membership options. Just scroll down on that main page and you'll see the different membership options. The chat room is open from, before market open right through till the market close and beyond. We always have lots of material, lots of great traders to help you out as part of your trading journey. And you can either join as an intro member offer, or you can go join using the Elite Annual if you want to get a good discount, 60% off that right now, $1,000 for the entire year. You can get access to everything, all of our webinars, all the recorded sessions, the live chat room, and of course, the one-on-one psychology coaching that's also part of the program. You get a coaching session as part of that to get you kicked off. So it's a great deal. Check it out, bearbulltraders.com. Hopefully we'll see you as part of the chat room sometime soon.
All right, friends, let's rock and roll here. So let's get some levels in place. We'll get ready. Just over 15 minutes for the market open as we prepare for the day. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to just remove some of these tickers from my watch list here on DAS, and let's start putting in some levels in place. Let's start with MU. I mean, what an incredible run Micron has done here. So as you can see here, just amazing. And yesterday was incredible. I know a lot of you guys took trades on this one yesterday. We also had Andrew do some really nice trading on this one yesterday as well. Check out his video. I have the tag there on his MU trade over on Amazon. He shows the live recording and what he actually saw, which is nice because now he can slow it down. Like when we're trading live, it's very difficult to go step by step on what we're thinking, the thinking process. But his video, Kyle says it looks amazing. It does. He did a great job. His video, he has the time to slow it down and go through his thought process on why he went long, why he added, what he was looking at. So he has all that available to you on that link I posted there on YouTube. So definitely check it out, and then give him likes and comments, because that will motivate him to do more like that. MU definitely on the list today, guys. All-time high this morning is set to 985. Who would have thought this? The $40 stock we started trading back in 2017, 18, at $15 away from cracking 1,000. Oh, wow. Beautiful. All right, 985.11.
Carlos.
I know.
Bought some, eh? Oh, well.
Just buy the whole. That's how I started with $40,000. Just bought all the $40,000, just put it in there, and just woke up today and said, "Hey, look at this." Remortgage the house or something. I don't know. Live in a car box for a couple of years, we would have been fine. But here it is, friends. MU rocking this morning, guys. So love the pre-market is sitting at 925.48 is what I have here. Do I have that right? It's weird. Yeah, I think it's right. And then if you look at the daily, guys, you're set highs and lows towards the bottom, doing a great job. There's nothing else you need to add. This is a big gap here. Usually when I have a gap like this, what you can do is you can go into the intraday action and see where there was areas of support and resistance that might be worth marking down. Clearly here, there's one, a 61.71. And right over here, the best one I see was a lot of touches. The more touches, the better. It's probably A78. Not as clean as this A61, but I'm gonna go with A78 just to have some guardrails here in case we do drop below the previous day close. I don't think that's happening unless something falls off here. But right now looking very good, very strong as far as Tesla goes. I'm sorry, as far as MU goes. Next is Tesla. So I have Tesla on my mind. Here is Tesla here, guys. We are up nicely 1.7 high of the pre-market, 443.98. So we'll slam a level there. And then towards the bottom, guys, we're looking at, wow, the low is right at the previous day close. To the penny. You could tell right on here. Here's your low of the day of the pre-market, and here's your previous day close. So 433.59 on both of those. So don't got to worry about marking that. You're all set there. If you look at the bigger picture towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last two trading days got you covered. Nothing to do there. Above this, we are having some levels here, 448.60, and also up here, 453.09. Big win for, again, I know Tesla's not Starlink, but they get the credit from Elon. When Starlink does well, you know, Tesla's the only thing you can actually trade right now. Into a couple of weeks, you'll be able to do SpaceX directly. But a big win for Elon with American Airlines announcing they're going with Starlink on their flights. So that's actually positive news for them there. All right, next on here is going to be IREN. IREN this morning. Here we go. IREN. We are up 3.8. Usually I don't watch this ticker, but it'll be probably the first or second time I put this ticker on my list. Looking forward to see how it trades. High of the pre-market 62.99. The low is set to 60.20. We'll mark that there as well. Towards the bottom, guys, pretty set. All these automatic levels are doing the job for us. A great job for us, by the way, there. And then above the pre-market high, 65.66 is all you really need to worry about. So good volume, 3 million, moving around nicely here. Let's see how this trades at the bell when the heavy volume comes in. Last but not least is NVIDIA, stuck between the highs and lows of the last two trading days. Not moving, not part of all the all-time high excitement. Yes, they're not falling off the face of the earth, but they're just like, this is normal to us. This is no biggie. We just keep chucking along here. They had a great run in April and in May, but now it's just like, whatever, business as usual. And we'll see how they do here. Stuck between the highs and lows. With the high of the pre-market, it's going to be down at 216.50. And the bottom is all the way down at a 212.64. Once you do that, I think you're pretty much set. Maybe a level towards the bottom in case we do see some more weakness. It's going to be right over here. Right around 209.68, right? If you're wondering why am I selecting the close of the candlesticks opposed to the wicks, right? So you see I'm doing that there. You could do both. I think they're both great levels. I tend to, for example, if I mark that there, that's a great level as well, at 207.88. I tend to pick the closest level to the price action, right? So to me, whether the wicks or the body, I think they're both great levels. I'm going to make sure I put the body of the wicks here, the body opposed to the wicks, because that is what is closer to the price action. But they're both great levels. You're not going to go wrong with either one of those. John says, Delta going with Amazon Leo, still questionable decision. It is the only one. Everybody else is going Starlink, right? So why would Delta do that? I don't know. But they want to support Amazon, I guess. I don't know. Very, very, very interesting. Everybody goes one direction, it's working well, and they decide to go another one. American Airlines hitting $15 today with that news. Hopefully that works out well for them. All right. With that, that's my list, guys. MU, Tesla, IREN, NVIDIA. My secondary list is massive. 3 low flows that are doing very well this morning. But we'll see what comes out of there and what can trade very well. Peter, let us know what you're watching, what our team is watching this morning, and how they're setting up their watch list.
Yeah, they're just starting to get their list together right now. I'm going to be watching Tesla, NVIDIA, Micron, and AMD. So as you can see, very semiconductor heavy, and of course, Tesla. I'm also going to keep an eye on PDD, ASTC, since you guys pointed that out. I mean, my God, like with that volume, got to keep an eye on it just for fun, if nothing else. And then Zscaler. So we'll see where these all go. Mike is going to be watching, of course, the futures contracts. As always, he keeps an eye on the futures and the scanners to see what's moving. Andrew hasn't figured out exactly what he's watching yet. I'm willing to bet it's going to be a combination of the classics, right? He's for certain going to be watching Tesla, Micron, NVIDIA, and who knows what else, right, that he's going to put his eye to. I'll let you know as soon as he gets them on there. Kyle is going to be watching AMD, Tesla, ASTS, and the scanner. So I think he says ASTS. I guess we got two targets here, Carlos, don't we? We could watch ASTC or ASTS. What is ASTS? ASTS is okay, but not as good as ASTC, in my opinion. Anyways, either one, they work. Brian, he's just creating his list right now. He's keeping an active eye right now on Micron, and he's also looking at AMD. So I think we're going to see a lot of semiconductor focus. Interesting, while space is of interest, other than creating semiconductor bases on the moon that like ASTC is apparently going to try and do, I'm not seeing a lot of movement in that sector. So I don't think we'll necessarily be watching those stocks. That being said, whatever you've chosen to watch, or if you're not sure, right, take your time, figure out the right stock to watch. You still got, a good 7.5 minutes before this market open. And even then, you don't have to decide by 9:30, wait and see what moves and then make a decision, because then you can calmly enter a trade. There's lots of trading day. We have 6.5 hours before, well, a little over 6.5 hours before the closing bell. So lots of time to find some good targets and take some lovely trades. So whatever you do, trade smart today, and we will succeed together here. Right, Carlos?
100%, friends.
Okay.
All right, let's set up 7 minutes, less than 7 minutes to the market open as we get ready to rock and roll here, guys. So we'll get our 1 minute, we'll get our 5 minute, and we'll be set to go. I got a massive secondary list, as you can see here, friends. So we'll see what comes out of that. A lot of that I'm probably not going to trade, given how low flow they are, but I think some of these are very exciting today. All right, Iran, NVIDIA, SMCI. I'm just putting my tickers list together. I'm going to bring up our market atlas, and we'll be ready to go on this short trading week. For those that don't know, we're off on Monday. So only a 4-day week today. MSTS, AMSS, and we have ASTC. Perfect. What's the support of BIC? What's that? What's the support of BIC? That's not a ticker. Help me out with that. Don't forget to look at INTV. TC, you mean probably, or INTV. You probably meant INTC because V is right next to C, so you probably just, I don't want to say fat finger, I don't want to offend you, but you hit the wrong key.
Is that, I don't know, it's a term.
I don't know what's offensive anymore. I don't know. So what if he's actually really, like, oh my God, I'm offended. I don't know.
You know what? Buck up, cowboy. You're offended by that. I was watching this great video, Carlos, of a doctor who, anyways, he's 101 years old and travels the world and talks about health. And he was doing a TED talk. And anyways, and it's funny because they said they were worried that he wouldn't be able to make the TED talk because they didn't think he could travel that far. But it turns out he couldn't make the TED talk, but not because he couldn't travel that far, because he was doing a speech in Slovakia at the same time and couldn't make it to California to do the talk. So
yeah, you see, Andrew 3992 said he's so offended. I offended one of our viewers. I feel horrible. Okay. Well, I'm gonna take off and call it a day. I'll leave you guys with Peter. I'm gonna go do some biking.
Yeah. Oh well. He anyways, it was just sort of funny as he was talking, because he was talking about health and what you need to do, and he said, look, it's not popular to say, but the healthiest lifestyle is a vegetarian lifestyle. I've been vegetarian all my life. And he was 101 and very lucid, right? He travels the world on his own. He drives. He did a 3-hour drive to go visit his great grandkids. Just the other day, he drove to the meeting where he gave this speech. Like he is if you didn't tell me his age, I would have thought he was like mid-80s at the latest. Anyways, but he's 101. Yeah. Anyways, the point was, you made me think of him because he was like, as he was giving his speech, is like, so I was talking to this woman and she's fat. And I had to talk to her, and I'm like, oh, you can't say that. But I mean, he's 101, so he just calls it like he sees it, baby. So I told her, I said, well, do you want the good news or bad news? Because the bad news is you're fat, but the good news is you're fit. So you're better to be fat and fit than to be skinny and unfit. you'll actually live longer. So
It's
and I'm
so
like,
true. You're right. You're right.
right?
It's so true.
Sometimes I'm like, you know what? Sometimes it's just simple language. Maybe you can only get away with it, I think, if you're 100 though.
And a doctor. If you're 100
So,
and a doctor, I mean, you're speaking facts and facts,
and a
and yeah.
doctor.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're asking me. Yeah. Okay. You're gonna ask me what his name is. I don't know. I'll have to go find the video. Let's see if I can find it in my history here.
Yeah.
Uh,
But you're right. There's some people that are
Here
slim
we go.
and their eating habits are brutal. Brutal,
Doctor
brutal, brutal.
Dr. John Scharfenberg is his name. Here
Yeah.
is a YouTube video about him if you're interested. So there you
Yeah.
go.
I mean, I can only man, when I was 15, 13, all we did was eat pizza all day. You know,
Like,
we'd take
yeah.
$10 from our parents and we ate pizza and soda the entire day and play a lot of basketball. We were skinny as hell. We were bones. We're bones and skin. But man, if you look at what we ate, like if you look at our weekly schedule in the summertime, when in the winter months we had school, it was a little bit different. But the summertime, if you took a week of everything we ate, it's probably three things: pizza, wings, and maybe some rice and beans from the dinners that my mom made in the evening. But other than that, man, we ate horrible.
I used to joke, you know, when I was a kid, I worked at McDonald's, and you know, when you're a teenager, Carlos, for most teenagers, you know, your metabolism is just so high. I used to joke like I could eat Big Macs and the styrofoam containers they came in and still be perfectly fine, right? Like it was just, you know, you could pretty much process anything. But well, as my dad always told me, wait till you get older, and he was right. So now that you're older, you're like, damn it. It just doesn't work the same way. Which is annoying, but what can you do?
Yeah, yeah. I still have intel here. So here's INTC for Andrew. Andrew, I know that you were watching this one. Yeah, it looks good, man. I just can't fit anything else. But Intel is definitely in my mind as I have NVIDIA and MU and AMD, right? I don't have AMD and Intel on the list, but we're watching them. I mean, we're going to be cycling through them. Yeah, we're going to cycle through them. And I know you guys will watch stuff that we're not watching. If you see something, call it out as the 1 minute mark hits, and we're getting ready to rock and roll. For those new viewers, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. We would love to have you guys come back. It's also a couple of people that just found the channel. Thank you for being on here. We do trade live. We're live all the way into 12 today. Peter and I are going to trade live for you right now in a couple of seconds. So thank you for the support. And
well, we'll be watching the markets and looking for a trade opportunity.
Yes, we'll be looking.
No guarantee we'll actually take a trade, but
yeah. Well, to me that's trading. Trading is sitting here and waiting.
Trading. I just want to set the expectation properly. We'll be active and watching, waiting for the right opportunity. If it doesn't present, then we'll continue to watch and wait and actively wait for the next opportunity. All right.
Yes.
Like you said, 10 minutes until 10 seconds, until the market open.
Forgot to open up my market atlas. Let me do that.
Oh no! Yeah, I've got the atlas going. There we go. There's my bell. There's the bell. Let's see what we got.
Let's see here. MU diving, Tesla higher. See what the action is. As usual, guys, we'll be looking for a 1 minute engulfing pattern. See if anything sets up. If that doesn't set up, we'll look for a 5 minute RB. If we don't get anything there, we'll be looking for a VWAP breakout. So that's kind of like the flow. 1 minute RB are less frequent that they take place. So
we'll see. Semis seem to be pushing down so far.
Yeah, so far semi slower.
AMD, well, it just went red. Now it's green. Red, green. Anyways, it's right there. Look at NVIDIA drop.
Let's see what we got here. APPS. What we got? APPS. Trying to go here. How's our low flows doing today? Let's take a look at Momentous. Oh, look at that. It's actually pushing higher. AMSS lower. ASTC not doing much right now. It's kind of sideways.
Not doing anything, yeah.
MNTS is actually rocking, man. Going up again. Trying to get to the pre-market high. clearly in play. It's like the third day in play on MNTS. If you like low flows are good. NVIDIA, let's see how NVIDIA does here. Iran. Tesla sours right now.
Boy, NVIDIA's really been dropping recently.
Let's see. All right, nothing for me yet, friends. Tesla losing it here. CODX. CODX. Ah, yeah, CODX is going. Very nice. Into the green. We saw this yesterday, right? Yesterday there was something going on with it. Might get halted here. Looks like it's gonna halt. Oh, it just got pulled back. Almost limit up. But they were able to hold it there. It's a big move. Oh, yeah, it's gonna get halted now. It's not giving up. Wow. It's literally like 4 cents away from getting halted here. On CODX. There it is. Oh. Oh, just missed it. Wow. It's good. Now limit up is at 980. So managed to not get halted there on CODX. A very strong move. MU. Tesla. Tesla could be interesting for a 5-minute ORB. We need 2 more minutes on this one. It's losing the VWAP here. Let's see if it can pull back. And this could be this when it goes to the VWAP like that in the middle of this candle. This can really be a good risk to reward 5-minute ORB. So, because the VWAP is going to be so close to it. Let's see. We got another minute to be able to trade that. You can also try to take it for a VWAP breakdown, but I think this is kind of early for the VWAP breakdown. What is Atlas telling us? Let's see what our Atlas is giving us. Oh, I forgot to open it. Here we go. Let's get this out of the way quickly. All right, looking at Tesla, guys, for a potential 5-minute ORB.
We cover a bit more here on PDD.
Oh, we got Brian. I hear Brian.
That's me.
I 5-minute ORB.
Oh, I hear myself.
Yeah.
I hear everything.
I gotta. What's happening? What's happening? Hold on.
It looks too bullish on Market Atlas, guys. 440, we got some there, but they got this massive orders. 43,000 shares at 445. That does not give me the warm and fuzzy on Tesla to take it short. And that's why. There you go. Look at the pop higher. So, yeah. It's a big tricky to take this 5-minute lower just because the Atlas was clearly way too many orders to the top side. You have like 45,000 up there, so that short wouldn't make sense. And glad we didn't take it. Look at this. Look at the push we're getting, and the pullback was perfect. Like the drop, here's the pullback. If this would give us our signal here, you know.
So I'm looking for your. I'm looking for sort of a VWAP projection on NVIDIA. It's just it's not getting close enough here. I was hoping to get up to 213.
This is another one. Yeah. This could be good, Peter. Actually.
Oh, look at Andrew. Of course, Andrew went long on Tesla, Carlos. So
he did. Yeah, it looks great for long. I didn't set up for that, but it does look good after looking at Atlas. I like this trade here, Peter. Short NVIDIA. I'm not in it yet, but I do like the setup. I like Atlas too. If you look at Atlas, it looks very weak, down to 212.
It's just you have to put in such a big stop from here. It's like a little over $1 stop, I think. That's why I
Yeah.
wanted to get closer. If it got closer, then I can get a good, better risk to reward. But we'll have to see what happens when the.
Shit, I don't think it's gonna go higher, man. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe. I'm going in, Peter. I'm going in. I think we're gonna miss it if we wait too long. Itchy fingers. Okay, I'm going in. All right, I'm short. 212 here. Let's see if we get the low of the day. I'll be happy with that. But I think if we wait, we might miss the move here. Let's see. So sure. Atlas looks beautiful, guys. Look at Atlas. Hopefully we can get down to 212. We got a Pac-Man through these orders here. Down to 211. Which is close to the low of the day. So there it is. Okay, Pac-Man, come on. Go through that. There it is. We're trying. 211.90. Going against us. All right, let's see here. Let's see if we can get lower. What did Tesla end up doing? Tesla's messy, man. Look at the nastiness on Tesla.
Yeah.
It's playing games. I'm glad they didn't trade that thing. I'm glad they did not trade that. All right, I'm short NVIDIA. Looking for the break of 212. So a lot of orders on 212. We're trying to break through that. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can. Let's see if NVIDIA could trade better than yesterday. Yesterday was such a mess, man. Wow. It was so brutal yesterday. Iron. Yeah, not great today, guys. Iron is pretty messy. Normally this is why I don't look at it. All right, there it is. Tesla's trying to test to 12 again. See if we can go. Look at Iron. Oh, Iron's going lower. That's trading much better now. I was going to talk bad about it because it's been so choppy, but now it's actually breaking down. It's actually doing something. All right, NVIDIA, come on. We need low of the day. We need 210.85. 210.85.
Yeah, I tried that trade with you, but you know how I put my stop at break even and then I got stopped out. So I don't like how long it's hanging out here.
It's taking too long. NVIDIA. Yeah, man, it's taking too long. Like everything looks great. You have the orders down here. You know, doesn't mean it has to make this move, but
no.
By it taking so long, it's not ideal. Come on. Yeah, this is not gonna work. I figured I would break even too. Still have a chance.
I don't know. I mean, it could still work. It's just it gets more questionable the longer it takes. But it still looks like it wants to. Like everything still looks weak. You know. Like
here's if it doesn't do it there it is. It's doing it now. There we go. Come on. Not just flush, my friend. Now we got 211.50. Look at all the orders down to 211. That's all I want. 211. I'm gonna take a nice partial there, but first we gotta just come on. It's having a really hard time. You see, every time it gets down to 211.50, it just pops right back up. Like it's having a really hard time to get lower. I went short MU on a 5-minute ORB. Nice. Hopefully you're still in it. 5-minute ORB was a little bit lower. I kind of anticipated the 5-minute ORB, trying to get a better entry. Love the day. 210.85 would be awesome. 211. There's tons of orders there, but we're having a hard time pack-macking. I don't know if that's the word, but it's our terminology. Through these shares. So come on, let's get going. Tesla is lost. Tesla just lost the view up here. Yeah, actually did go lower. But this is a messy trade, man. Like to get this trade would have been tough. It's just all over the place. It could have been stopped out a couple of times as it was trying it. But it looks like now it gave in. What's not giving in is this NVIDIA.
Yeah.
Struggling.
Tesla's ugly,
Man. Ugly. Not that NVIDIA's any better. It's not any better right now for me, but man, Tesla's ugly.
Yeah, no, NVIDIA looks better than Tesla, I would argue, but yeah, but it's still not cooperating.
Yeah, it's really not. Come on. You can do it. Come on. There it is. There it gets. Just get the momentum. Keep the momentum. Orders are looking good.
Just can't seem to. So far, it's not getting that downside momentum.
Melanie, she will bend her knee. I'm hoping she bends both knees. I'm sure talking about NVIDIA here, right? So Melanie, I'm hoping. Come on, bend the knee. It's struggling. Another chance to do it now. Yeah, this is not good, guys. I mean, we could get out now for a profit. A partial here makes no sense. Like, it's not worth it. You either get out all or just a partial here is too little of a... Okay, here we go. There it is. Ooh, I love that market atlas now. Look at that. Come on, down to 210. We could do this. 211. Look how the orders cleared up. People are giving up to the upside. Okay, come on. There's no reason why you cannot get the low of the day at 211. 210.85 actually. Patience paid off, guys. Here it is. I'm gonna partial 211. There we go. Here is
there you go.
Partial.
You did get the move.
Yeah, good job, man. Atlas holding on here. There is the Pac-Man eating through all those shares, and look, it's getting nicer too. Like there's more now. 210.
Oh, Carlos got the move.
230,000 shares at 210. There's no reason why we cannot go there. I want a Pac-Man emoji here, Mike. Can we get a Pac-Man? I'm kidding.
230. 230,000. Yeah, let's go.
That's massive.
Really, it's cleared. Yeah. It cleared the books here, and it's yeah. Looks like. Oh man, on. Carlos. I'm looking at my trade, and I'm really regretting this exit. Oh well.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Oh well, that's the way it goes.
Let's see.
I said I was gonna hold on. I didn't hold on.
Somehow stock talk always ends up dirty. Oh man, what did I say, Melanie? Did I say something wrong? Oh, I'm sorry if I said something wrong. What did I say? Sometimes I don't notice if I said something out of control. All right, come on.
Anything.
I didn't hear anything, but maybe I said something bad. Apologies. I don't want to offend. All right, come on. No, don't do that. Don't bounce. Just keep going. Keep going. The other way. All right, let's see. Let's see how this pull is a pullback or a change in direction. Oh, I said bending both. Oh yeah, okay, I see how that. Well, Melanie started. She said she's gonna bend the knee, and I said, "Well, no, I want to bend both knees." Okay, I see how that can. Yeah, all right, got it. We're talking about stocks. I see now. I didn't even think about that.
There.
Oh my goodness, I see how that could go south now, very quickly. All right. Yes. Come on, NVIDIA. That's funny. It got me laughing. Melanie, that's a good one. Oh, boy. All right, NVIDIA did well. It did give us a 210. Orders still look really good to the downside. Still 200,000 shares at 210. So I'm hoping that this is a pullback and we can get some momentum, continue to break below this 210 would be awesome, guys. We'll take more partials down below towards 210 if I can get it. So great trade here on NVIDIA. And let's see if that can continue. Gave us a hard time yesterday, though. Yesterday was brutal, but today seems to be playing much nicer. MU, if you're trading that one, also feeling a little weakness here, also starting to drop. This can help the overall sector if we're going lower. AMD, same thing, also dropping towards the low of the day there. Iron, sideways. SMCI is in the same field. They're also dropping here. I do got to say, out of all of these, NVIDIA does look the cleanest, guys. So this time we picked the right horse here, because out of all the ones I'm looking at, for the way I would trade, MU looks good too. NVIDIA looks the best with that pullback. Nice pullback, as Peter called it out here, towards the VWAP, and then the drop towards the low of the day. And I'm hoping we pick up this momentum. Let's get 210, guys. Come on. We could do it, NVIDIA. You can do it. Atlas says you can do it. Market Atlas brought to you by TradingTerminal.com. You can head over there, guys, and get this tool. There is our NVIDIA orders we're trying to get down to 210. Let's see if we can get, that'll be amazing. But we are struggling here to break this 210.85. QQQ looks the cleanest. QQQ, I haven't pulled up a QQQ chart in a long time. It does. If you're trading it directly, yeah, this actually looks very clean. I agree. SPY's also lower. If the SPY can make a new low, this can definitely help our shorts, friends, if you're watching that. We need the Pac-Man for Intel. Let's see, INTC, what does that look like? Oh, this actually sold off nice too, actually. Oh, yeah, Intel. Where's Andrew? Andrew 94929 something.
Oh, wow, Intel.
I know he was watching Intel. So hopefully he's still in chat. Hopefully he's still trading that.
I wasn't keeping an eye on Intel really, but yeah.
Yeah, that
Micron also did a similar pullback or similar move to NVIDIA here.
Yeah.
Arguably it moved a little bit better. If we'd taken Micron, it would have been a little earlier though.
Yeah, I think entry-wise, NVIDIA was cleaner entry-wise. Sell-off wise, yeah, this last one looked great. But when I say it looks better, it's for the way it pulled back, for the way we trade it, right? Even then, even you, Peter, were you thinking about going in here because this gives a great risk to reward. Very difficult to get into a trade that's just going down, 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 down. It's hard to find your entry point, right? So, all right, here it is, 210, friends. Can we get 210? All right, let's see if we can get 210. We have it right down here. 210 is what I'm looking for. We got some orders in this area here, but 210 would be the ideal. We are setting up perfect here on the charts as well. Let's see. It's trying to break. Here's what our charts look like. I gotta get a good side-by-side view of these, the chart and Atlas. You know what? See, this is what I love. This type of stuff that makes our day. Andrew says, I'm not here no more. I left the chat. I'm too offended. Because I called him Fat Finger. So he's like, I left the chat. I'm too offended. Andrew, you are the man. You know, thumbs up for Andrew, man. Oh, this is good stuff. How can you not? Let's give Andrew a bunch of Lambos. A bunch of Lambos for Andrew. That's the stuff I'm talking about. All right. As we continue to watch NVIDIA is just struggling to get lower. I might get close to taking another partial here in case this is it. In case this is the end. Let's see. Right to the line, guys. Like literally 210.85. That's the low of the day. We just are just struggling to get this going here. We need some help from the SPY, from somebody to drop lower. We're not getting it from the SPY right now. But we need some help on the continuation. We're not getting it on an NVIDIA right now. Out in Intel, is Intel bouncing over? Hopefully you did good, Ben, on that one. Intel, yeah, it's also having a pullback here. All the semis are having a bit of a pullback. AMD back to the VWAP.
Yeah, NVIDIA's bouncing back.
No, NVIDIA, come on, head lower. Yeah, semis want to be strong. Semis just want to be strong.
Why don't I have this on my list? I gotta add it here. American Airlines.
If I
American
look
Airline
at,
not doing much.
yeah, if I look at Atlas on NVIDIA, you know, if you want to put a lot of weight on this information, you could be adding here. You could be adding here for the drop back down to 210. I'm not gonna add, but I'll pretend I did. I'm gonna pretend I added here. Let's see if that would work out. I'm not gonna add, but let's say that's my ad right there. That's my short ad on NVIDIA. Let's see if that would have worked out. Let's see if that would have worked out. Critical candle here, right? We got the candle with turn red, stop the momentum. This is a very important candle. It's gonna set the tone if whether you're gonna go down here, back towards that 210.85, or are you going to start doing this ABCD pattern towards VWAP? So very important what it does here. Atlas still's telling me, hey, hang on here, 210. Still a lot of orders down there, and it hasn't changed. Like, it really hasn't changed a lot. So Author, welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family 5060 there. Good to have you. Thank you for being part of the crew. So welcome. Let's give Author some Lambos. Yeah, you join, you get Lambos too. We'll give Author some Lambos as well. So thank you. There it is. Lambos for Author for joining Lambos and Garbage Truck family. And thanks, man. I appreciate it. I like the trading session with you too. Fun trading together. It is a blast trading together. Like, you know, it is. It helps me stay in the trade a lot longer. It helps me just be calm, because if I don't find anything, I just start chatting with you guys. If I'm here by myself, I'm just gonna be trying to make something happen.
Well, I need to learn that lesson, because I didn't stay in this and I lost the opportunity. I was in, got out at break even, and shame on me. Look at that.
Yeah. All right. Come on, NVIDIA. Let's go. Look at this Atlas. Why? fall in line. I can't use the bend the knee anymore for like another week. So fall in line, NVIDIA. Come on.
AMD,
we could do it.
AMD look like AMD's at the VWAP here. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
AMD doesn't have strong orders like NVIDIA had.
There it is. Come on. 210. We were right there. 80 cents away. Thanks, Sergio. Appreciate you being here, my friend. Always in chat. Thank you for the support. Hopefully your day's going well too. So here it is. Let's see.
Don't forget to hit that thumbs up.
Yes, I did. Very early this morning. We want to give some giveaways. We want to give you guys some monthly access to the chat room. See Andrew and the fellas trade live over there. So we'll do that giveaway. Monthly elite access gets you all the webinars that we do. It's just gives you everything that we do in our community. So we'll give that away. If we get 500 likes, guys, we'll definitely give that away today. All right, and we'll do one. We could do one every week on that. All right, here it is. All right, there we go. Come on. 210. We're getting to 10, guys. 210 coming up here. 200,000 shares traded. You can see it right on there. Oh, come on. Don't turn around. Get to what you need to get to. And we're ready to take a partial as soon as we get down there. 210. Still very strong. Man, this does not want to sell off. Look at that. The minute it goes below that 210.85, wants to come right back above it. Where should we buy in NVIDIA? What you mean? Where should we buy? Like as far as platform or? Oh, you mean like where should you buy for a reversal for day trading? I don't know, man. Um, I don't know. Ah, come on, NVIDIA. Look, what are you doing? Look at this. Why would you do that? It wants to be strong. I'm not sure, man. I think it will eventually bounce, but where should you buy? I don't know. Long term, this could be so many different answers to this, right? If you're thinking long term, this could be a different answer. If you're thinking day trading, I think that for day trading, you just need a pat. You need to find your pattern strategy first, right? Um, I think prior to the 210 support or 200 support, I think you need to have a plan in place, right? If you're day trading it, just don't get in off support. Use the support within your strategy to get in. Long term, I always tell people, it's like, if you find your dream house, and yes, it's expensive right now, and the interest is very high. Don't go crazy waiting for the interest to drop. It might take forever for it to drop. Buy it now, and you can always refinance. If you find your dream house, like, oh man, I need this house, but I'm not gonna buy because I'm getting 6% instead of 4%. Which, by the way, 4% I don't think you're ever gonna get anytime soon. But that's not gonna happen. But think about it. So if you go to 30-year mortgage, you got 30 years. I said recommend 15. I wish I would have done that when I was younger. But if you go 30 years mortgage, right? You're gonna have some time to refinance. Your house at 3, I got mine at 4. So, but don't wait, man. Don't say I'm wait. Next thing you know, time 10 years pass by and you're waiting. Not just live,
Hey,
man. Live. You know.
I got my first mortgage at 7 3/4, so it's so your
How's that
interest
for
rates are good.
Canada? Is that well? It depends. I mean, what's the
Well,
normal
I mean,
low over there?
that would have been in like 2000. No, when did I have that house? When did I get married? 92. So that would have been mid 90s, I guess,
Oh, that's
when
high.
we bought the house.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah.
high. Yeah, that's high.
So,
Oh
but
man, yeah.
the best thing I ever did was the instead of paying monthly, since I got paid, my paycheck was biweekly. I did biweekly, and it doesn't sound like much, but it essentially means you make one extra mortgage payment per year, and that
Mm-hmm.
went straight to the capital instead of
Yeah,
paying
yeah,
interest. Massive difference. Massive
yeah,
difference.
yeah.
And I managed to pay off my mortgage in I did pretty good. I paid it off in about 20 years.
That's
So,
good.
I've been living mortgage free for the last decade,
Yeah.
which is good.
The last yeah, so those 10 years saved you thousands, man. I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
It's
Well,
it's
95
crazy.
I got my first mortgage when it would be 2010.
Man, that's high. 7% 95.
Yeah, I guess I probably put 18 years. I think it took me 18 years or something to pay off my
Yeah.
house. But I did, like, every time they had a lump sum payment that you could make, right? I would do
Mm-hmm.
that, like a penalty free lump sum, because it would come right off the principal. And it made a huge
Yeah.
difference. Paying off your mortgage is the best thing you could do, because it changes your life perspective. Imagine
Oh,
having no rent.
oh
No
yeah.
rent, no mortgage, right? Like, it made
It's
a massive
crazy.
difference. The key thing is, then what are you going to do with that cash flow? Don't go buy yourself stupid stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
You use it to save up so that the next car you buy, you pay cash, which is what I
Right,
did.
right.
And then when you have no car payments and no house payments, suddenly you're like, now life looks very different.
Living. Oh yeah, very, very different. You're
Well,
living.
right. So, but anyways, you still have taxes. Yeah, I still have to pay property tax, and
Yeah, you can't.
I
Unless
still
you
have to
live in
pay car
Florida.
insurance and house insurance. Yeah. So, but I
Right.
mean,
Unless you're in
that's going to be
Florida,
there
right? So
anyways. But
yeah.
yeah, what are your largest payments? If you look at your largest payments, it's usually the stuff
It's
you
your mortgage.
financed.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's
study
your
financing
mortgage
your
and your car
mortgage. Yeah.
payment,
Yep.
probably. So yeah, it makes a massive difference. And you can't understand it if you've always lived that way. So like now, it makes a big difference. My credit cards, right? I pay off my credit cards. I use credit cards all the time. Pay them off every month, and it doesn't matter if
Mm.
it's $1,200 or $12,000. And I've absolutely had both. Pay off your credit cards every month. So
Yeah.
don't buy a Lambo. Yeah, no, I have a Porsche instead. So it's a real car. and I paid cash for it. So
Yeah, saved a couple. Guys, I'm gonna take a partial on NVIDIA here. It is just it's taking so long to like break lower. I think we're gonna get a reversal. I think we're setting up for a reversal. Actually, here's the chart. Sorry, I'm not showing it to you. I think we're setting up for a reversal. I'm not saying you should take it long here if you're a reversal trader, but man, it is just struggling here. We are like on a tiny, teeny bitsy downtrend. But this wall here, we just cannot break. Every time we break it, we come right back into it. And we're just having a really tough time. I don't know. In America, you never own your home, so there's no sense in paying it off. I don't know. I don't know about that. Yes, technically, I get what you're saying because you always pay taxes and this and that. You never live completely free as far like you do in my country. You buy a house in my country, I say you're done. You don't pay anything going forward. But I don't agree that there's no sense of paying it off. My condo, I owe very little on it yet, right? That we bought back in 2013, and that was a 4%. That's no surprise. Yours was so high. So we got 4% on that one. On 2013 is when I bought it. I remember my daughter was born on that year, my oldest, and listen, man, we owe very little now, very little, and I'm like, I look how much it's worth. That's a nice chunk of change, So, my parents are living there now, and they're enjoying that. But whenever I decide to sell it, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice, right? So, same thing with your home. I think eventually your home, you gain equity on it. Yes, taxes suck, but you know what? I'd rather that than not have something I can sell and get something out of it, right? So, but it depends. It's not the be all. I know some people like renting. It's just live life the way you know best. Some people like renting. They like that lifestyle. They like having the lawn taken care of and all that good stuff. And I think that's the way to roll. 123 Dark G, as I miss Iron and too much talking. All right, let's see. Well, I wouldn't have probably traded it. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have traded because I'm in a trade right now. So rarely do I take two trades. Now, how would you have taken this? If you were trading it, how would you have taken it? But you had breakout. But yeah, now I wouldn't have taken it. I am so invested in this NVIDIA trade right now, man. I am just like waiting for 210 so this can make my day. You don't have to pay $30,000 for a new roof if you rent. That's true. That's very true. There's some pros and cons to everything, right? There's some pros and cons. I done both. I lived in a condo with my family. I lived in a house. The house has a lot of things that I don't like, but it has a lot more stuff that I do enjoy. So come on, just break down. It's just 210.85. My goodness. But no, I hear you. I hear your dark G123. But how would you have taken it? I'm just curious how your trading style. Oh, were you looking for a view at breakout too? Because if you have breakout on this thing, it seems a little. I don't know. I know actually it does seem good. What is this? 75 cents, $1. Yeah, maybe. Okay, here we go. Once again, under 210.85, can we get the move?
Iran's not ready for a short yet.
Kicks Paris. Exactly right. Taxes are good. Yes, taxes are good. Now I think there's abuse of taxes in certain areas.
Yeah,
like
there's no perfect system, right? I mean,
yeah,
governments
no
are inefficient.
Yeah.
Any large bureaucratic system is inefficient. I mean, I used to work with Fortune 100 companies, and you'd think, they're some of the most profitable companies in the world that I used to have a chance to work with, and they were terribly inefficient. Like, you'd think they were masters of industry, right? Because they, make all sorts of money. No, there's inefficiency all over the place in there too.
Yeah, there is. Let's see here.
I'm convinced humans can't operate in an optimized system because it would be too much pressure. We wouldn't be able to handle the
No, it's
pace.
too much.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Anyways,
Come on, Nvidia.
yeah,
My
Nvidia's
goodness,
just
just
just hanging out here.
just makes no sense.
Oh, Iran did hit a high. No signal at that top though, so no trade for me here on Iran. Thanks for pointing it out though. It's good to keep an eye on it. I am watching AMD as it plays on the underside of the VWAP here. It's not good enough for me to trade short. I was really hoping to get a VWAP short. If I'd entered and I put a stop above, but the problem is I didn't like the previous day close being just above the VWAP. It felt like it was in reach.
Which one, Peter?
AMD.
AMD.
So AMD sort of came up. It hit the VWAP. It retested. I was going to take it on that retest right there, right at 10 o'clock. But then I'd have to put my stop above the previous day close, I think. And then that was like too big of like a $3 stop. And I'm like, then I want to get a $6 return on it. So that would bring me down to 495. Can I count on that move? I don't know, maybe, but anyways, it felt like too much of a stretch. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe I robbed myself of another opportunity, but
all this waiting, Nvidia better give me a payoff. My goodness. Yeah, let's see what else is out there. Tesla, VWAP fake out, so didn't get the VWAP breakout there. Not trading great today. MU also kind of stuck, like the way my Nvidia is right now. AMD, we just talked about it, right? So hitting the VWAP and coming lower. This could be a good VWAP rejection back to the low of the day. I'm biased to that because obviously if AMD goes lower, I'm hoping that MU and NVIDIA are going to go lower and get to 210. So I'm just being biased, on that situation there. But here it is, another shot at this 210. Can it happen today? Here it is. Today, it's only 30 minutes, 38 minutes to the market open. Seems longer. Here we go. 210. I think once you get to 210, you might get a nice flush too. We might go on this nice little downtrend if we're able to get there. So big order still in Market Atlas. There we go. Big orders at 210, 200,000 and climbing. So hoping we can get down there.
it's a trap.
Dive into that.
Well, let's see. AMD's making a little bit of a move down. It's getting close to that target. So
yesterday we had 3 trades, 2 losers and 1 winner on Nvidia. Loss on Nvidia, winner on Nvidia, and then the other one was Intel. Was it Intel? I forgot which one was the other one that we traded. But it was a tough day for me at the start yesterday. So we ended down like 1.5 hours, a little under 2 hours. Oh, Peter, so you got your Porsche up on the screen.
oh yeah. Since people are asking, got to remind them what a real car looks like. That's
That looks
that's
good.
it. That's
Looks
her.
good. You had the Formula
Yeah.
One this weekend over in Montreal.
I know it was just throwing me off because normally I expect the Formula One to be in July. It used to always be in July in Montreal, but yeah, it was in May, which is weird. And here she is, all put away in the garage for the winter.
Oh, hold on, let me go back.
She goes to bed. Just to prove, because sometimes people are like, "Is that real? Is that really you?" I'm like, "Yeah, look, here it is in the garage. Here it is on the track." So
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Can you see your face?
Me. Look at. Well, I got a helmet on.
Oh yeah,
You can see
it is.
my ring. You can see there's the
Yeah.
ring. So you can see that
Yeah.
on my knuckles. And
We don't believe
like
nothing
my
with
hair.
AI now.
I know. You can't believe it's really me. That's my car. There's my instructor at the time. Yeah.
Very nice.
What was the only problem I had is putting a helmet on. My head actually brushed the the ceiling, the roof of the car. So
Oh, because yeah, you're tall. For those that don't know, Peter's
yeah, it
very
was a
very
little
tall.
tight. I'm fine. I'm fine without a helmet, but as soon as you put a helmet on, it's close. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
Anyway,
Um,
yeah.
good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I was watching the recap. I couldn't watch the live race, but I watched the recap of the Formula One.
I
And this
love watching
19-year-old
the
man, this Kimi
Nick.
Antonelli is like crushing, like 4 wins in a row. I'm like, that's gotta feel nice at 19. Incredible, man. So very fun to watch.
I'm watching the Drive to Survive, which is like the back episodes, back years. I find it fascinating. I love watching that. It's good, like to put on in the background when I'm doing stuff, and yeah.
This is definitely like watching paint dry here, guys.
Well,
Definitely.
This AMD would have given me my 2-to-1 had I demonstrated a little bit of patience.
Yeah.
So
I feel I should take a partial. We've seen this before, guys, right? You guys seen this plenty of times. I take a partial and watch this thing drop to like 208. You know, it's just maybe I should fake it. I should take like a 10 share partial, like a 5 shares, just to fake out the algos.
Just to put the arrow on the screen, and then
let's do that. Let's take just like 5 shares. I'll type it in here in the montage. There it is. All right, we took 5 shares. Let's see what happens. Let's see if this confuses people and says, he finally sold.
Confuse the
cover.
Markets.
Let's go down. Literally 5 shares partial there. Let's see if it's gonna help the confusion. Oh my goodness, this is unbelievable.
You know, just put a range order in, then you don't have to watch it.
Yeah, that's true. I could.
But I sense by the tone of voice you're not going to.
I'm not going to. There's nothing else to really trade right now. I could, but then what else would I do? I guess talk to you guys.
Not. Well, you know, then you won't miss it. If it just spikes down to your level, you could still watch it if you want. But
no, that's true. And I have it here up on another screen too.
Automatically get pushed for you.
Yep, 100%. Just saw 1 share. I did. This just saw 5 shares. I'm sure it's not. Sure, it's not gonna do anything, but at least it'll make me feel better. All right, we're just waiting here, friends. As we wait, I couldn't see anything else that looks good. Iron coming back to the VWAP, so maybe a VWAP breakdown is in the works here on Iron. So let's see if the breakdown is gonna take place, guys. So take a look at that. No, I know how to set them. I have messed them up before. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you put the wrong price in there, the wrong trigger prices in that, it can screw you up. And if you don't get the prices correctly, it will just close out your position. So you got to be careful when you do it. I haven't done it in so long that I wouldn't try it live first. I'll be honest. I haven't. I'll probably practice it in sim. I should do that today after I'm done with this trade. Practice it in sim and just make sure it does what I want it to do. It's not difficult. I just haven't done it in a while. It's not difficult at all. SMCI, nothing. Wow, look at Z-Scaler did drop pretty nice here, guys. Look at that, down 30% now. Wowzer. It's a big time drop here. This thing opened up at 139 was the high. Opened up around 137, down to 129. So the weakness is real. PDD, what we got here? PDD also did drop as well. So there it is, down 12% now. QBTS at the moment, okay. This would have been a nice 5-minute ORB. I think I would have probably taken this setup here. Look at the drop, look at the pullback, look at the rejection of the VWAP, and then here again. This actually looks really good for a 5-minute ORB. Even the 5-minute chart, guys, look at that. That looks great. 5-minute range, a little bit wider than what I would like. But look at this pullback. Look at the rejection. That's your entry. Oh, man, that looks good. That looks good. Intel initial drop was great, back to the V-up, similar to AMD, and now trying to go lower. AMD looks very, very similar. NVIDIA still hovering below 210.85. I might actually take a real partial now, I think, on NVIDIA. Yeah, because
no, wait, man, wait.
yeah, I'll wait. But I have a feeling we're reversing, man. It's that's it. It's fun is over. Fun is over to the downside. We're at a good area to take a partial. Maybe I should actually take a real partial here. I think the fun is over. Let's see. And what else, friends? How did our low flow stocks do? MNTS here did hit 22. Not easy getting up there, but it did finally do that. AMSS looks like dropped here, lost volume and just going sideways. So nothing to see there. ASTC, ooh, kind of ugly as well. MNTS was the best one so far. Little rough start, but then has gotten its act together. And you can see here it did hit 22. Hard drop to 21, so dollar drop there off the highs, but it seems to be the better trading of all of them this morning so far. And that's it. That's all I have. We're looking at iron for a potential VI breakdown, but right now it's bouncing, so that's not in play. And I don't see anything else for our strategies. And the tough thing about now is that there's not good reversals opportunities yet because nothing is too extended, Peter. I don't see anything that's extended where you're looking at, hey, this could be a good reversal. Z-scaler maybe. PDD, not so much. QBTS right at the VWAP. Intel's right at the VWAP. MU, not really huge stuff there. Tesla, yeah, there's nothing like setting up for a good reversal opportunity. At least I don't see it yet. So yeah, I can see why some people are saying it's a choppy day. Yeah, I can see that.
AMD, another missed opportunity. So that short would have worked even with the big stop I would have had to put on it. So I called that, but didn't take. Well, I didn't call it, but I told you about it late.
Yeah.
Shame on me. I am still a little frustrated with NVIDIA. I had that trade with you as well, Carlos.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm complaining about not breaking this here, but we're doing pretty good. We're in almost $2+ on this thing, right? Actually, a little less than $2. So we're happy. We're complaining how long it's taken, but right now we're very happy with the trade so far, right? So yeah, you being in here would have been awesome too, because we would have had a nice drop there. It just hasn't given us the continuation that we were looking for. Made a new low just now, so that's good. There's still hope. New low at 217. Atlas is still looking great towards 210. And let's see if we can just start chopping through those orders. Had an amazing long on PLTR. Let's take a look at PLTR. Oh yeah, look at PLTR, guys. Who was this? Who said this? Tassie 1000. Good stuff. Good stuff. How did you trade this? But yeah, VWAP broke out of the VWAP. Not the cleanest VWAP breakout for the way I would like to take it, but did break out nicely here. High of the day breakout as well. Good high of the day breakout because you tried this twice and failed, and then finally, oh, hold on, friends. Hold on, friends. Hold on. We have to partial. We have to partial. Let's go. Market Atlas delivers. I was putting all my weight on Market Atlas on this one, guys. Look at this. 210. 230,000 orders at one point. Above 200,000 orders is sitting there forever. Finally, Pac-Man shows up, and we chop right through that. So there we go, friends. Partial, a real partial now on NVIDIA. And let's see if we can continue. Look at that. The 5 shares worked. I'm going to start partialing 5 shares. The minute I get into a trade, I'm going to partial 5 shares to promote.
just to encourage it to
encourage
go to
the momentum. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but okay.
Yeah.
You do you.
You do you. Love it. All right, here we go, friends. Beautiful stuff. Nice. NVIDIA is delivering.
AMD.
Took a bit.
AMD, man, I gotta have more patience and more confidence in
Oh,
these moves.
AMD's
This is what
giving you
happens
a
to me
nice
too.
drop.
A very, very
Yeah.
typical pattern for me here. When I have a day where I overtrade, and yesterday I overtraded at the open and went a little
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, not a big. It was a red day for me, but not a big red day really. But then I get like extra, you know, reticent to take trades on the next day. And I always have that snapback reaction. I've got to like
Yeah.
balance that out. I'm still working on that after all these years. Anyways,
Yeah. Oh, but
frustrating.
I get that 100%. All right, NVIDIA thankfully delivers. We're happy about that. And let's see what else. All right, see, we got some trades we can show you guys a little bit later from our buddy John. So we'll take a look at that. And just a reminder, I got it posted there. You can check out Andrew's amazing trade on MU yesterday. He breaks down market atlas, stuff he was looking for, actual replay of his actual trading, right? So he actually recorded his actual trades and what he did. So definitely take a look at that and see what he's looking at. Very similar to what we do with what we try to do at least with market atlas here, right? Looking where those imbalances are. I tell you, if it wasn't for market atlas, I probably would have not waited so long on this trade, right? Because every time I had an idea of getting on it, and that happened a couple of times, especially here, I look at market atlas and I still see 230,000 orders hanging out at 210. So I'm like, and nothing to the upside. I'm like, okay, this guy has to go down there and test or something. I would like to think that if I did not have that info so clear like that, I probably would have gotten out of this. And Peter telling me, wait.
Well, we heard you. We heard that whole process, Carlos. You were bringing us along for the ride. So.
Oh yeah, Peter's like,
Yeah.
wait.
Patience, young grasshopper. I mean, look, it's
Yes.
it's very easy to trade someone else's trade for them.
Absolutely.
Like we keep saying.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. And still early, guys. Still only an hour, about to be an hour into the market open. So still got plenty of time for opportunities, especially if you trade the entire day or at least half of the day. Man, see Scalar. These guys are just getting just knocked down, man. Wow. New low again. Now we're down almost 31%. 12.7 million shares trade. I mean, this is not good. So this could be good for a reversal eventually. Some point it's gotta. You would think it has to stop the bleeding, but this is a big drop. Here's a daily. We're just passing a couple of levels. Here's one that we're just going through right now, 127.78. Next one is down at 122.54. But it's down so much. Once you're down plus 25%, 20%, you never know where that support level is going to come in, right? There'll be a point where it says, okay, this is enough, and it can start reversing. So
Andrew's sitting on a losing day today, so it's been a little challenging for him.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, once you start looking around, you can see it's a lot of chop.
Even the trades we get from the room, you know, their shows it's a tougher day. Not a lot of trending direction. John's posted those trades for you.
Yeah, so let's take a look at those. Actually, let's do it now and see what we have here. So we start with John. All right, John, high of day strategy for John. Here he goes long for the high of day breakout. Here's your high of the day. Here's his entry right there. Noting the volume coming in and got in long, partial at it, and then out of break even. So could not get the continuation. He notes the SPY killed the trade, right? So SPY here heading lower here, not helping the trade move higher. Here is Eamon, who is will be on a little bit later on 11 a.m. in a couple of minutes here. Long at it, partial, hung out here for a bit. So again, this is the patience that's required at times, and then finally got the next level here on Apple. So Apple's doing Apple things. as we make a new low on NVIDIA, friends. I'm just going to be a little bit patient here. Next level coming up, 209 there, 68. So I'm just watching that. So we're doing this as well. Let's see. Jeremiah's, he took Apple. Wow, a lot of people taking Apple. Apple long. Apple long, added, partial, added on the drop, added here. He might still be in this. He has a stop loss at 310, which I'm assuming is a combination of his original entry and the ads. And hopefully he's able to take in some more out of this one on Apple. I'm not sure what the Apple chart looks like now, but excellent execution to the start there. Here's a whale, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Here's a drop, partial, added. Unfortunately, the ad didn't get the big drop on it. That's a shame, but still great execution. Added in here. I'm sorry, got in short, took a partial, added for the continuation. Unfortunately, was not able to survive the pullback before the next drop came in. Still a great trade on that one as well. And that's on PDD this morning. All right, friends, there it is. That is our trades for today. Not a lot of big, huge continuations today. If you notice, a lot of those trades were like a couple of partials and then back at break even. So didn't get the whole big move like we're able to see sometimes. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, you probably have the best continuation trade of the day, Carlos, in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to take a partial here, friends. 209.67. Oh, man, NVIDIA.
Another 5 shares?
No. We're actually taking actual shares now. We're not going to fake the market. An actual partial now.
Okay.
Oh, man. But yes, love it, guys. That is our 209.68. That is I think a daily level. And Peter, you called this out, man. You should have been here with me. Peter called this one. He says, I like NVIDIA here. I know he wanted a little bit higher at the VWAP, but man, it looked good on Market Atlas to go short. So we're looking at the same thing. I'm glad you're pointing it out for me to hop in there on that one. AMD short. Yeah, AMD it's a nice short off the VWAP, man. I hear you. Who said this? Matt, yeah. Peter's been talking about this one all morning here. I mean, it's just clean. And what's great about it is and I love when this happens on stocks, guys, right? You get into your trade, you set your stop, and then you very quickly, immediately almost, get a very nice cushion. There's nothing better in a trade than when you have that, right? Like you immediately pull away from your entry, you're in the green, and you just kind of, just take a couple of partials, just monitor. Let the stock do its work, and AMD does deliver nicely today. Andrew's asking you guys, how was your trading day? So let Andrew know. I know we got a mixed group, some good, some bad, but let Andrew know how you guys did this morning. Andrew in chat today.
Oh, what a day.
And here for NVIDIA.
People are on X, Uncle D trades saying Iron was the one that got away. I don't know, Iron, I mean, it looks good. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, I suppose when it moved higher over VWAP, did the pullback, there was a potential VWAP bounce trade in it. I was watching it for the high, wouldn't have been able to get that reversal. It just didn't signal well. But I mean, look at that great move, high to low of day. So cool, great move, just not the signal that I need to enter it. So it's a shame for me. Yeah. But Iron does look good in hindsight.
Good morning, sir. How are you today?
Good. How you doing?
Good, man. Doing good.
Yeah.
How was your morning?
Okay. Yeah. Quiet morning.
Yeah, a little quiet morning. Nice trade on NVIDIA, Carlos.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, so key level, like you started getting worried, right? The SPY bounces, it's bouncing again up to 7749.53. So this, I think, is where we're having the battle today, right? That first sell-off that kind of caused your little pullback,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That caused the pullback off of it was the first. And then you got the move back down. And I think probably right now, NVIDIA kind of pulling back a little bit off that 210. Yeah. So the market's got some impact, but this 74953 levels the old all-time high from 2 days ago after it set one yesterday, right? So we're trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
we're trying to see if we can stay above this and continue our upward momentum, or are we gonna continue lower? So it's gonna be interesting. We'll see today.
Yep. Oh wow, Nvidia. I thought it was going to start reversing here, but look at this. It's actually turned around pretty quickly, dropping,
Yeah, it's
trying to
turning
make a new
around.
low. Yeah.
I don't
So
see enough positive news in the market to kind of push us too much
yeah,
higher. I was very surprised at the big gap up we had overnight, too.
yeah, into all-time
And
highs,
then,
right? I mean, it's just like, what
yeah,
news is that out there that's pushing this higher? Like, I'm waiting to see when this Strait of Hormuz situation is like done, right? Deal signed or whatever. Where's this market gonna go? I mean, that's like the ultimate positive news the market could possibly be waiting for. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just gonna be
yeah, and
mayhem.
I was interested. Did you all? Because I was dealing with some internet stuff this morning because I was trading on my laptop, and then came over to this later on. But 8:15, the ADP weekly or employment numbers really impacted the market. It got a nice pop that went
Mm-hmm.
up. Not something that I normally see do anything to the market. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
it sold it off. It's one
You
of
think
those
that's what
interesting ones that came out at 8:15 too.
you think that's what
Or
caused it? Because the pop happened like 3 minutes later, so I didn't relate it. I didn't think it was that.
yeah, it was like that's what came out. Right? Because
I don't
I
know.
have it.
Because we looked at
Where
that
is it?
number, and again, I said it.
Yeah.
You didn't pop right away. It waited a couple of minutes, so I thought there was some other news that might have caused that.
Yeah. I didn't see anything else,
Yeah.
especially something that would cause a pop that big. I think
Hmm.
everybody was like us. ADP numbers doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right? Like, doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It took a moment for people to
J-
be like, wait a sec.
JS Trading says there was a headline from the Middle East. I don't know
Oh, was there?
what was that headline? Do you know?
Yeah, what was it? Because I didn't hear anything. I was looking all over it too. And then, of course, we sell back off as we get going. So,
Yeah.
wow, there's a little wickety wick going on there too. Drop down below 749.53 and then right back up. I'm really watching the SPY right now because I want to see the SPY close below the 74953, and then I'll look to take a short on the futures
Nice.
if we can get a close below it though. But if not, I think we could just be in this kind of choppy range for a while.
Yep. Friends, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We really want to give out some giveaways, right? We can give out a membership today, monthly membership. Once we unlock 500, so sitting at 349, we just need a couple there to get us to unlock that giveaway. So hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so. Subscribe if it's your first time here. We'd love to have you guys come back as we trade live for you guys and prepare for the market open. Tune in on Mike and what he's got going on, and also a little bit later Eamon as well, all the way until noon. So, but yeah, we'd love to give something out. We're sitting at 349 likes, 500. We can give out a couple of things here. So
It cleared it and then it put it right back in. Cleared it, put it right back in. So this level is definitely going to be our level to see what happens today. Get some bounce up, and then we'll see about the bounce down. Hmm. It's not even putting in any clear swing low either. It's low on there.
What's our best advice for growing a YouTube channel? You're starting a YouTube channel? What are you starting a YouTube channel on?
Yeah. What's it about?
What's it about?
What's it
We
about?
First, yeah.
Are you competing with us? We'll give you the right advice if you're competing with us. But if you're not, we'll give you some other advice if you're not competing with us. Depends
Yeah,
what you're
that's
doing. Let us know.
It's funny. Every morning when I log into YouTube, I get an ad, and it used to be random ads. Now it's very
Yeah.
specific. It's a live trader that puts their ad on, and I'm like, wow. It's somebody's paying for some ads out there, and they're advertising on our channel for their channel. I went and checked out their channel. It's some rough stuff, man. That's interesting. Their ad's slick. Their ad is slick.
Yeah.
but
Marketing team is doing their
is-
thing, huh?
Their trading is pretty rough.
Yes, very much so. I get this. I don't know if it's the same
Ravi.
ad, but I tend to get
don't-
a trading
I
ad.
haven't seen that ad from Ribs,
No?
but I seen
Well, look,
I seen the channel, but I haven't
I
seen
won't
the
say-
ad when I log in here.
I won't tell you who it is, but I'll just say, do you like this car? If you know that, then how about this
Oh.
one?
I don't know.
Then you know who it is. Yeah.
I don't know who that is. Right?
It's,
I have to check.
You've seen the ad if you. Yeah, I know. Anyways.
I do
But
like
yeah.
more personal finance, personal life, and vlogs on top of finance. Okay. I mean, there's so much advice, man, but just consistency is probably one of the biggest things, man. Just be consistent. You know, I'm posting videos, and it takes time. It takes so much time, like to get going. But be consistent. Keep it short. People's attention span they want stuff. Boom, boom, boom. You know. So sometimes
7
you think
seconds.
that you think like a 10-minute video that's packed with information. Try to bring that video down to like 6 minutes, 5 minutes, and get straight to it. Done. And the other advice I'll give you is YouTube is a search engine. You know, people go to YouTube. I go to YouTube. Think of you as a consumer. I go to YouTube. You know, my goldfish die. How do I make sure my goldfish don't die? It's a YouTube search engine. So think about what question you're going to answer when you want people to go to your channel. You know, answer that question, and that helps a lot. So. And then get lucky. And then get lucky.
Yeah, because you know what? I've watched a number of videos where people have talked about their channel, and they're like, they said I've posted 100 videos, for example. Why that one went viral, right? They created most of their viewers. They're like, I have no clue. Like, I didn't think it was the best video. I didn't promote it the best. I have no idea why that one went viral. Like, you just never know sometimes which one is going to take off. So.
When Andrew and I were at the TEDx conference, or TED Next, or whatever, whichever one we went to, there was a speaker that said that exact same thing. Said when he was first starting out creating his YouTube channel, he would look for perfection and spend lots of time on editing it and just want to get the perfect video out there. And then he just came to the realization, he just started mass producing. And the videos that got the most likes, he's like, these are terrible. Why are people liking videos? But he's like,
right. But his view of what is terrible, is maybe not what people's, whatever. It scratched an itch, or it had the right data, or whatever. Like that's the one that people liked. You just you never know. It's really there is a lot of randomness, I suppose, in life like that. Like, let's face it, if you look at Hollywood, to me has always been the ultimate example of that, where, look around Hollywood and look who's famous and who's not. There are a lot of very, very talented people that just never got famous. And some people that are famous and big stars that aren't as talented. I'm not saying they're not talented, but they're not as. And you're just like, it's just sometimes it's who you know, right place, right time. There's just a combination of factors that sometimes you just can't account for. So,
Keanu Reeves.
The hot twat girl. Yeah, if you could get her
Keanu
to come
Reeves.
on your YouTube video, that could help too.
Talk to a girl. Yeah, there you go.
Well, though she's kind of, it's kind of that's it, it's done, right? These things go viral and they're done very quickly. Like that's it. That's kind of 2 years ago type thing already, right? It's not a thing anymore. But yeah, have someone like that that's viral come on your channel. It's definitely gonna help a ton. Oh boy.
Keanu's an interesting example where, you know, everybody agrees. He's a nice guy. He really is. But as an actor, he's horrible. He's really terrible. He's like, he seems like an absolutely nice guy, but he's a terrible actor.
But he gets
really is.
big roles.
He does.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because people like him. They're gonna go watch him. Like I like him. People are gonna. The movies producers know. And by the way, we're getting a drop here on NVIDIA again. Back to the low, guys. So I'm still short on this one. Might be taking another partial if we get to 209. You know, I'm sure producers know. Hey, you know what? He's not great. This guy could do better. But people are gonna go watch the movie because it's him. And it's true. I'll watch a movie from Keanu Reeves before somebody else that I might not like as much, right? So, yeah, it works.
And just make sure you don't give him lots of lines in the movie.
That's right. He's found success in movies that where he doesn't have to actually, you know, say that.
Yeah,
much,
John Wick is. I mean,
John Wick is great.
His script is like 3 pages.
He's perfect for John Wick. I love those movies. I think they're great, and it's a great role for him. But you know, like if you live in Canada, there's a Rogers commercial that he's in, and just watch him in it's an ad. He's horrible in it. I'm like this. It's like watching an athlete do an ad. You know, like it's they're just traditionally bad. Anyways, I just find it's funny that. But anyways, to our point, there's a lot of randomness, and you've got. Anyways, maybe we can bring this back to trading. Think about that in your trading, right? There's some randomness in which trades work and which don't. You could take the perfect setup, but it's sometimes the right place, right time, and it'll work, and some won't. And I don't know. I can't. We can't usually tell you exactly why. You know, why did this one work and that one fail? You know, there are reasons. You may never know what they are, right? It's just there's too much complexity. It's sort of like the fame, you know, paradox or anything else. There's always a reason for why something happens. Doesn't mean you'll ever know what that reason is or agree that it's a good reason. But you know, that's just life, man.
Yep, just like
Alex Span says, "What are you talking about? Keanu Reeves is awesome." I like him. I like Keanu Reeves. Speed is one of my favorite movies. When it first came out.
He's made a bunch of good movies. Constantine,
Oh, yeah.
Somebody mentioned. Actually, if you haven't seen Constantine, by the way, it still holds up. Watch that. Great movie.
Oh yeah,
really enjoy it.
Awesome stuff.
But I'm not saying I still don't think he's a good actor. He's the same character in everything. He's not, you know, he's just not a. Anyways.
He does have Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. That's a little different than Constantine and John Wick.
That's true. He does, yeah.
The pothead smoking.
Yeah. Matrix, yeah. Again, you know.
Yeah, Matrix was a good one.
Oh,
I like
yeah,
the
Matrix.
He's had some good roles. There were good roles for him,
good.
but you notice they're not dialogue intense. He's not building an emotional character around who he is. That's just not his strength. It's not his forte. So,
yep.
You know, and then there's other great Sean Connery, rest his soul. But you know, he was I love how he gets cast. Sean Connery was great for how he got cast. Turns out anyways, but you know, he was an Irish cop, a Russian submarine commander, a British spy, and he did it with a Scottish accent every time. Like you know, you got to give credit to that man. He just like, I'm not even trying. I'm just doing a Scottish accent there. You put me in the role, sure. I'm an Irish cop out of in New York, in Scottish accent. Russian submarine commander, Scottish accent. What the hell? That
Why not?
Makes me laugh every time.
Patience is the name of today's game. That's what it is.
Sure
Waiting
is.
for the setup that we need. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Yes.
I haven't seen that movie in so long. I wonder if it still holds up. Is it any good if you watched it today?
No, I didn't watch it today. I know it.
No, I'm just
And
saying
they
if we
did the,
did
like,
go and watch
super
it, would it be
old
entertaining or
remake.
would it be totally cringy? I have no idea.
Yeah.
Uh,
I know when I was a kid, I really enjoyed that movie. So I
so
thought it was hilarious.
I've got to
Napoleon
admit,
in the water slide was absolutely, Napoleon's the best character in the whole movie.
I missed another. I was watching the reversal in AMD, and I didn't have the guts to take it because it actually did put a lower low on the retest, only by a couple of cents. But that is technically one of my rules, so I stuck to my rule. Super regretting it now because I missed the move down on AMD, and then I moved the bottom reversal. So
Yes. Yes. Wow.
one of those
Man,
days.
look at how choppy the SPY is today. I mean,
Yeah.
just range bound this morning.
Yeah, it's stuck for sure.
This is just. Oh, it is.
I just put up the
ugly.
chart for AMD, Peter. You're right, man. That's a great reversal. Double bottom there on the 1 minute. V reversal on the 5 and
It
right
just
to
it moved
VWAP.
moved lower on me by like 14 cents.
Oh
And
man.
when it did that little spike at 10:33, which just again invalidated my strategy technically, but you know, I think one of the modifications so I'm going to be making to my strategy is if it's within the spread, I think that I can count that as a bottom. Normally I used to trade these double top bottoms on when you had 1 to 2 cent spread. So, you know, basically nothing was ever within the spread because the spread was only a penny or two. But in this case, AMD's got nowadays, right, a 30-40 cent spread. The fact that it moved lower by 14 cents is irrelevant. It really held the bottom.
Yeah,
So,
because the spread is what, 30, 40 cents now?
yeah, going up to 70 at times. Like, so, yeah. So it's
That is
anyways.
crazy.
Yeah.
AMD with a 70-cent spread.
I know. Isn't that weird? Like, again, I used to trade AMD with a 1 cent spread all the time. It was one every once in a while it would hit 2-1. You know, like that was it. And now, of course, it wasn't a
Now we're looking
$500
at a
stock.
70-30. It's going from 30 cents to 70. That is
Yeah.
crazy.
Anyways, you know, that's what happens. Life changes.
Here we go. Back down to 749.50.
ASTC, that low float we were looking at, look, it's halted to the top side. Look at that spike higher and a halt. Should reopen. Well, it'll reopen in a couple of minutes here. Oh, my back. I have to take a seat on the big green ball.
We do keep making lower highs on the SPY, which is interesting. But no real new lower lows. Keeps finding kind of the equal low.
All right,
So
let's see. Oh, is NVIDIA done here? Getting a big push higher. Getting a big push higher on NVIDIA here. Might actually be done. Heading lower. So I'm going to... Yeah, we're going to take a parser here. So take a parser. I'm not taking everything off, but another parser here in case we are done with the move. Again, we had a great trade on NVIDIA. We might not get any more. It might actually be time to reverse as we're getting close to that 11 o'clock time frame. So let's see what it does.
it's getting feisty. AST halt? Yes. ST.
ASTC, yeah. It's halted. It should reopen in about a minute.
Oops. I hate when I do that.
All right, so ASTC, if you guys are watching that, if anybody's trading low floats, that is going to reopen at 10:52 and 33 seconds. So whatever platform you're looking at, just be aware. Sometimes there's a couple second delay on YouTube. So 10:52 and 33 seconds, 13 seconds from now by my clock.
Like a lot of orders on the downside.
Yeah, the imbalance. Well, the
nope,
imbalance
to
is
the
higher
top side.
though, 931. So it should open higher.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Here we go.
Oh no. All right. So they're holding it for 10 minutes. It looks like it did not reopen. So that means that they're decided to do a discretionary 10-minute halt, which is interesting because this is the first halt of the day
Yeah,
on it.
that's the first halt of the day.
So that's rare. Normally they don't hold it for that long on the first one. Yeah, just making sure it's the first one. Yeah, it is.
Yep. Lots of orders up at 10:60, 11, and then it dies off after 11. We'll come back to it.
Yep. Another 5 minutes.
Another 5 minutes.
Or 4 minutes roughly from now.
Oh.
All right, what do we got? Tesla's moving to a high of day here. Let's see if it can get over that spike high it put in earlier this morning at 445.50. Oh, look at AMD. Oh man, I could have got that trade both directions.
Don't you hate that?
I hate that. Yes. Again, this is very typical so far for me for a day after I overtrade, where I just can't get myself to get into a trade. So again, I was in a NVIDIA with Carlos and then stopped out at break even, and obviously now live to regret that decision. However, gotta live, accept your choices. If I don't like it, make a different choice next time, right?
Yes. I am not sold that we're going to go lower, but I'm not sold that we're going higher, which means you get a range market. Look.
Tesla did hit that new high. Whoa.
Yep.
700 vehicles in inventory.
Got a few more minutes on ASTC. We don't have any big news coming out for the remainder of the day, do we? There's just the interest bill auctions, right? Yeah. Nobody cares about Cook. Sorry if you care about Fed Chair Cook. Tomorrow we have jobless claims, PCE, and Friday.
Okay, here we go. Wow. NVIDIA back at the lows. See if we can actually break from here. Nice drop in the last couple of minutes there.
Here we go,
Oh,
749.50 on the
yes.
SPY again. Let's see what we get.
Wow, guys, look at NVIDIA
Wow.
209. I'm
We are,
taking
yeah,
two
we are
partials
dropping.
here. I don't know what's happening, but it is
The market is
nice.
breaking down a little bit.
Nice, nice. Oh man, wow. It's
Chop, chop.
beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Here's a trade. So I did take a partial here, thinking it was over because it looked that way, and then just a couple of partials as we dropped just right to 209. So yeah, we're definitely gonna take a two there, and let's see.
Nice.
Now I don't have a lot left, but man, what a trade on Nvidia, guys! It's just awesome.
We're fighting that 749.50 again on the SPY. So if we can lose it, it's going to be good for you, Carlos, and anybody else that's short.
Yeah. I mean, now I don't have a whole lot left. Still, be nice to go lower. It's always nice to go lower, no matter how much you have left. But now is not significant. I did take a lot off here at 209. But let's see. Let's see what it does. AMD pushing lower. Iron sideways. Tesla. Oh, what? I didn't even notice Tesla was back up at 445-ish before it dropped here. It actually did break above the VWAP at 1036. Have not seen this yet. It's a nice push there, but it's losing it now.
Oh, ASTC opened up.
Oh yeah.
It is.
Keep an eye on that. And
well,
it opened where the imbalance was sitting. Actually, a little higher at 950. So yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Am I a short bias trader? No, I do both. I do both. So I trade long and short. Wow. Just looking at ASTS, look at that pop, 1058. Careful on that, guys. Low flow stock, be very careful.
As quick as it went up, it can come crashing down.
Yeah. This was the first halt today, and they went for 10 minutes. That's interesting. Usually the first is 5, but...
Yeah. Get these.
Hey, maybe you can answer this, Mike. Totally non-stock related question, but so my wife and I were talking. We've been watching more of the Drive to Survive, right? The Formula One doco series, right? Doco drama, whatever you want to call it. That it's on YouTube. And anyways, we realized that the Formula One race in Montreal happened this past weekend.
Yes.
And but it's always been in May. So, any idea why it changed? It seems odd that it's in May now. It was always in July. Sorry, previously. It's I was surprised me to see it in May. So,
I don't know why they changed it, but I'm thinking they probably changed it because they open up over in Australia, right? Then they go to the Middle East. Or they go to Australia, then Japan, then China, and then back to the Middle East. This time they skipped all that. That was just on pause. And then they do Miami was the couple weeks before Montreal, and I think they're going to do Texas. Then they go back to Europe.
I see. Yeah, because
So
I noticed that the Europe seems to be all through
doing.
the summer, right? They've got Austria and you know, all the European ones seem to be through the summer. So
yeah, and then
it
they
says
do
it's moved for sustainability and logistical efficiency. So, Mike, you nailed it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, see,
there you go.
Yeah, and then they do
sustainability. That's what I think of when I think of Formula One.
Yeah, and then they do all the late Middle East ones. They do that in the October, September when it's a little bit cooler over there.
Right.
Still hot, but cooler.
Hey guys, good morning.
Hey, Amen.
Hey, good morning, guys. All right, friends, we're gonna hop off. Mike, Peter, and I will let
Yep.
Eamon and Kyle take over. Have a great rest of the day here in our show with these two gentlemen. So take care,
All
guys.
right.
See you later.
Have a
Thanks,
good
guys.
one.
Thanks, Peter.
Thank you, Peter, Carlos, Mike. Hello, Kyle. Hello, YouTube. How are you all doing today?
I am a lot better than yesterday. I had a really good day. My mind is clear. I had a great sleep. My son slept like 10 hours. So the stars have aligned for me.
Okay, that's amazing. Good job. I mean, good job on having stars aligned to you.
Doesn't happen all the time. How are you? Your Apple trade looked really nice.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't my first trade. I started with Tesla loss, then Apple winner, and then Tesla break even. So I kind of wasted all my bullets for today, but maybe we'll go with something small if something sets up.
There you go.
Awesome. Guys on YouTube, how did you do today?
YouTube family, how we doing?
Exactly. We usually talk about our trades, how we did, but we rarely ask you. Can see Chris saying that it was slightly green, but nothing to write home to mom about. Well, green is green. Be happy about
Hey,
that.
there you go.
Exactly. Yeah, yesterday was a tough day for me. I was down 2 hours.
Oh, me too. Yesterday. Well, no, actually, with that Intel trade, I came up on top 1.5. So bad morning, not a bad afternoon, but like today was really choppy as well. I didn't find anything for the first about 10 minutes. We'll get into the trades after, but it was an ugly morning, honestly, for my style of trading. It took a while to set up, but be patient and something will show up for you.
Yep.
El
And
Patron, a
magnificent
five
through
thousand
that.
dollar day. There you go. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
I see
pretty.
that. Well, you take the rest of the week off, obviously, or maybe take a nice trip and enjoy it. Waste whatever you made before you get back to the market.
Five
I'm
thousand.
kidding.
There
Good
you
job.
go.
Good job. Um, yeah, magnificent. I agree with you, Kyle. Don't scare me with sleep problems. My baby is coming in hopefully in 1 month, and
Oh,
you're
congratulations.
preparing me for negative experience already. So take it slow. Let
Who
me think
you
it's
are,
going
or
to be
someone in the
so.
chat? You have a kid coming?
Yeah, my wife is pregnant,
Oh,
and
congrats, buddy. I didn't know that.
you didn't know that. Everybody knows that except for you.
Oh,
Like literally
I
everybody
don't
knows that.
know. I'm sorry. You know
See?
the sex yet, or is it a surprise?
No, it's a boy, and the chat was telling you that almost every single time that you're scaring me here. So
Oh
my
my
baby's
God.
coming
Okay,
maybe
my
in a
bad.
month, and I'm thinking that it's going to be so easy. It's going to be so smooth. A baby is just the baby. I mean, it's just literally a small piece of human being, right? So what problems could it cause? What problems could it cause?
Well, I mean, it depends on we did an at-home birth.
Look, just tell me it's not gonna cause
So
any
honestly,
problems.
like,
It's gonna be so easy. You're not going to even notice a difference.
yeah,
That's what I
right.
want to hear.
Yeah, I don't know,
Kyle
man.
can't say it. He's struggling saying it. I'm literally telling him just lie and say it's going to be so easy, and he
I
can't do
like
that.
you. I like you. I don't want to lie to your face. I don't want to lie to your face or
Like,
at all.
let me enjoy the next month until the baby comes, and then it will be surprise.
So yeah, I mean, I'm 39 and we had our first at home. We'll get into trading too, but my wife wanted to do an at-home birth, so we bought an inflatable tool. We had a doula. This nurse came over, and I mean, he was born in about 7 hours. We filled up a pool inside of our living room, and like our dog was there, and I mean, it was beautiful. There's that whole side of it, but watching it is like wow. Like as soon as your son comes out, like when you make eye contact, it's like I don't care if I don't sleep anymore. This is so worth it because as soon as he stares at you, it's like wow. And I didn't know the sex. We didn't know ahead of time. So as soon as she came out, the nurse was like, "You have a baby boy." I was like, "Yes." I didn't care either, but I really wanted a boy because I'm the last Taylor. After me, there's no more Taylors, so it dies off with me. So as soon as he came in, I was like, "All right," and
Oh,
it's
that's
awesome, man. Like being a dad's so awesome. So
Oh, see, that's interesting because my brother said, my fatherlyhood feelings woke up like 4 months after the baby came out. So I mean, it's good that it came instantly there. My neighbor said, I felt like a father only like a year or a year and a half after when my baby started recognizing me. So
Well,
I
they
guess
rely
it's
so much on their mom, right? Like we're just there. Like our job essentially is just to make sure that mom's comfortable. That's the way that I feel because the kid just wants mom for the most part out of the gates, right? So you're there just to really support mom and make sure she's okay. But I mean, it's amazing. Like you're relatively young. How old are you?
I am 32.
Yeah, so yeah, that's a perfect age. Yeah, that's great. I'm
Yeah, I
happy
think so
for you.
too.
Sorry, I
Luckily,
just I
not in
know
my 20s.
in the
Not to worry
chat
about it.
everyone's
I'm kidding.
roasting me here. Wake up,
You see,
bro. Yeah,
I
where have
mean,
you
a
been?
guy Hollowell is a nice guy. He said, "I have three little kids, and it's so easy." That's exactly what I want to hear. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know the
Yeah,
interesting part. Even Carlos jumped into the chat, and he's like, "Yeah, okay," and he almost never just participates after 11 a.m. He just goes, takes his break, and goes
yeah.
for having some breakfast.
I think honestly, like when you have more, any of my friends who have kids, they say that they kind of start taking care of each other at like 2, 3, and 4. They kind of babysit each other. But when there's just one of them and it's just you, good Lord Almighty. But I love
As
it.
you-
Like, yeah. Anyways, it is what it is. I'm
Carlos said, "I
excited
had to
for
stop and put my drink for this one." I mean, he's like, "Okay, I mean, just shut up. I mean, you can't say that."
you.
All right,
100%.
guys, back to trading. Back to trading.
Mhm.
So STC, crazy one, by the way. I think were you talking about ASTC, just one of these space stocks that wasn't pumped lately? I
Eamon,
think it's one of the. Yep.
Your
reset
screen.
your screen again.
Oh, it's not
Yes.
being shared. Sorry about
No, it's
that.
not.
Let me
It's
do
not
that.
showing you.
Okay, can you see my screen now? Is
Now
it
we
showing
got it.
up
Yep,
now?
perfect. Thank you. Yep.
There we go. Perfect.
Awesome, awesome. So like we were saying, ASTC, probably one of these rare space stocks, I guess, that it's finally the time for it to get pumped. Andrew caught a small scalp or momentum play on it using Atlas, I think, all the way till $10 maybe, after it got
Oh, he
unhalted. A
jumped
bit,
in after the halt, did he?
he did. I mean, unless it was someone else's screen. I think it was Andrew's screen, playing
No, it
it
probably
from,
was.
yeah,
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
playing these 50 cents. But for Android, I mean, 50 cents, 100 cents, or basically $1 is a lot. Like 5,000 shares in, $5,000 in a minute. I'll take that anytime. But I'm not gonna do this type of trade. I'll take the $5,000, but I'm not gonna take the trade. Anyway, so ASTC, look at this. Atlas now is more bearish. This thing's literally overbought. It's probably going to sell off all the way to 980-ish. It needs to pull back. I'm not saying that this is the final leg for it. When something goes from $2 all the way to $11 in one momentum leg and then a second one, it's rarely just dumps down. Especially that, I mean, it's a pumped stock probably. I think it's low float. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it's also space stock. So I
Peter
think
had
it
it
is
up
going.
this morning. I actually started reading into it as well. It's very interesting, like what they're planning on doing. Like quantum computing, artificial intelligence, and advanced semiconductor manufacturing are rapidly growing. So they're going to implement helium, platinum, water and ice, silicon, and like all of this on Mars. Like I don't. This is crazy. The world that we
That's
live in
actually
right now
interesting.
is absolutely amazing, but it's scary at the same time. It's like, what are we doing anymore?
Can I volunteer going to Mars? I think
I'd
not with
go.
the baby coming. Hey, okay, I see how the baby turned you on. You're like, no, I'll go, I'm out.
I'll take
I'm
my
leaving
kid
you.
with me. Yeah.
All right,
But
no worries.
oddly enough, I like these low floats. Honestly, I just want to chime in on this. Like, I know Peter and Carlos talked about this as well. Be extremely careful. If you want to just be a part of history, just take a very small share size because you'll get chopped up. These are called widow makers for a reason. Um, if you go in with 1,000 shares, you get in a halt. As soon as it comes out of the halt, you can lose everything. So just be extremely careful with these. Um, and I don't touch them anymore. I've one of my first funded accounts I actually blew up in a low float. So just be very, very careful of these, you guys. And I know everyone is for their risk management, but yeah, it can happen really quick. You go in with 1,000 shares and it comes back up and you're out $2. it's trouble. So just be careful.
I agree with that. But guys, if you develop a low float strategy, my opinion, trade it during the pre-market. No halts, safe.
Mhm.
You can still get insta fills if you're using hotkeys, marketable limit orders, because during the pre-market you can get filled only with the limit. If you use a limit on the montage, it could skip your order. But if you use, for example, a hotkey, marketable limit order, for example, plus minus 10, if it skips
Mhm.
your limit, it instantly puts a limit above and instantly puts a limit above. So it's basically a millisecond. It's changing it also that you get this insta fill during the pre-market so that you can trade the pre-market the exact same way as you would during the market open. But that's it for low floats. I'm not trading these. I feel confident with look at this big order popping up at $9, probably going there. But anyway, I feel comfortable trading these slow, consistent stocks that are moving slowly but giving me consistent income over the long run. I'm not making tens of thousands dollars a day. My happily daily goal is between $1,000 to $2,000. It's not Andrew style, but if I make these on average on daily basis, I'm more than happy with that. Over the long term, I'll slowly increase it. Considering that I started with $5 risk per trade, having a daily goal of $10 per trade and popping it up all the way till $250 risk per trade with a risk of 1,000 to 2,000 a day, I'm totally happy and satisfied with that. Obviously, I have the goals, I have the ambitions. Maybe part of
Yeah.
being not the youngest, but still, there are ambitions, and trading will give you that. You decide your income trading. That's the beauty of it. But obviously, it also depends on your buying power. Can't aim for making $5,000 a day with a $25,000 account.
I mean that's amazing. The fact that you went from $5 to so you're risking like 250 a trade with a 1-to-4 risk to reward right now.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah, exactly. I'm just going for a 4-to-1 with a $250 risk per trade, making $1,000 and calling it a day. I'll increase this slowly, probably by the next month or 2 months. Been stuck with 250 maybe for the last year. But my goal was not increasing my dollar risk per trade. What I've been focused on the most during the last year is increasing my R gain. Because back in
Mm.
time when I was just getting consistently profitable with the ABCD pattern strategy, averaging 2-to-1, 1.5-to-1, I was focused on increasing my risk per trade 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, all the way to like 100. But it was annoying. I mean, I'm still getting the exact same risk to reward ratio, but my dollar gain increases simply because I'm increasing my risk per trade. And I had to figure out a way to make more income with the exact same amount of Rs that I trade. So I was focused a lot on the risk to reward ratio. I think now I'm at a stage where there is still room, by the way, to improve, getting the 6 and the 7 looking at my journal. But I think I'll pause on that. I'll increase the dollar risk a little bit, then I'll get back to focusing on the risk to reward ratio. It's just difficult to work on multiple things at the exact same time. When you start working on 2-3 things or 2-3 sides of weaknesses at the exact same time, that's when you start messing up. But if you do it slowly, fix one issue, move on to the next one, that's where it's easier and it's more structured, I'd say.
I think that's the mindset of a lot of really good traders too. Like I know John, he when he first got out of the military, like I've kind of followed his story. I mean, all the mods I've been listening to for about 3 years now, and something happened with him on Snapchat, I think, and he got eaten up pretty good. And he went down to a $15 or $25 share size as well until he built the consistency. And then he shows his equity curve, and it was just steady growth. And then that's when he increased his share size as well. So I think that for me is one of the biggest takeaways as a newer trader. Like having the mindset that you think that you need to make $500 a day because you're trying to replace your income and you're trying to make some quick money. It's not realistic. What's realistic is the risk to reward. Like Eamon said, like 2 years ago, or what he just mentioned, like he was a 1.5 to a 2 trader. Now he's a 1-to-4 because he's built consistency over time. But it takes time and sitting down with the charts and actually reviewing your trades and looking at the higher time frames for his style, right? So if you're a newer trader, just start smaller, get your skin in the game, and learn how to trade using the platform that you use, and then increase your size after that once you've shown that you can be profitable. Because if you're just pushing buttons and you're like, oh, I'm going to take 1,000 shares here, and if it moves 30 cents, I'm going to make $300. you're going to get eaten alive, right? So just be careful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, what's happening to the market today? We're finally getting a small pullback. We just broke all-time highs yesterday. Seems like today is a pullback day. By the way, that was not a bad setup for a short, but unfortunately it happened during the pre-market. Seeing these type of hourly charts are my favorite, where the market slowly grinds during the pre-market, closes as a reversal candlestick, and then you start looking for a short. But unfortunately, this short started happening during the pre-market, so that was a difficult day to trade the market intraday, I would say. But we can look for a reversal a bit later today, maybe around 12 or maybe around 1 p.m. Anyway, guys, let's do first of all a quick recap. Maybe let's see what Kyle did, and then I'll show you what I have traded, and we'll start scanning some trading opportunities.
Perfect.
So, Kyle, you traded IREN. Want to go over your trade?
Yeah, so this is a 5-minute opening range breakout. And then I'm almost done my I'm putting a PowerPoint together as well for the back end of BBT, but my break and retest strategy has been really good for me. Even if you pull up iron on a 1-minute chart on top of this, but we'll go over this quickly. So yeah,
Let me do
5-minute
that.
opening
Wait,
range.
let me do that.
Sure, let's see that.
Let's put this thing here and get iron here on the 1-minute chart.
This is slowly becoming I've been working on this one. I'm for the most part a 5-minute opening range trader, but the break and retest, exactly that candle for me, when it comes back down and retests, that has made so much, not so much money. I wouldn't say that. My risk to reward has increased a lot based off of that. So if you look at my actual entries on these, so I got in at the 5-minute opening range, and that was a tier 2 size. Yesterday I wasn't feeling amazing, so I didn't want to go too heavy today. I didn't want to go full size on it. Partial came back down, went in again, and then I caught that whole move to the top. So I had market atlas on this. Honestly, it's $64. There were so many shares up there. I held it, and I had one of our other moderators, Gary, in my ear. He's like, "Why would you partial? Why would you partial?" And I just didn't partial, and I just waited. Came to the top, and you can see the volume at the bottom as well. That's your confirmation as well. If they're all green, for the most part, you're in the right trade. So you don't need the partial necessarily, right? So don't hammer the 10% partial. That's what I was thinking in my mindset live. I was like, don't do it. Just wait. And then I almost tipped at the top. And on the 1-minute chart on iron, is that a shooting star at the top?
Yeah, that's shooting star reverse hammer. Actually, this is one of my favorite patterns for a parabolic reversal. Let me actually show you exactly what
I
happens around
remember
it.
that. I'm pretty sure this is in your book.
It is.
One of them. Anyway, so I was reading your book last night, oddly enough, and I saw this thing. I flipped my position right away and I went short. And boom, I caught that thing all the way back to the short side to VWAP, and it was the 200 moving average. I had 2 trades and it was done. I had a great day. And this is the thing, right? Like, for me, my mindset today was a lot clearer than yesterday, right? Like, bad sleep. I wasn't myself yesterday.
No baby distraction.
No baby distraction. Baby slept. Mama slept. I was up early. I rode my bike this morning. I had coffee. I felt great, honestly. And that really does change your strategy. When you come and you sit in the computer and you're clear between your ears, good things happen, right? So, 2 trades. I was up about 4.5 R today, so I'm happy.
Yeah,
That's good.
and this is actually a classic parabolic reversal setup. And I usually encourage traders to learn more about different setups, even if you're not trading them, because even if you're not going to trade them, you'll know how to manage your trade. For example, if you play iron here to the long side, or like Kyle said, you play it to the long side around here after the retest, you could hold it, but the question is how long would you hold it? Then you see a reversal setup forming around here. And even if you do not want to play this reversal setup, you could use it as a trigger or a signal to bail out of the trade. So basically this is one of my favorite setups, and I'll show you an example from one of the trades that I've taken. And the setup's pretty much simple. I mean, there is a lot to it, but I'll try to simplify it for those who are interested in trading reversals so that you just have a starting point at least. All you need is 3 consecutive 5-minute candlesticks into a level with the multiple consecutive candlesticks on the 1 minute chart, reversal candlestick at the bottom with increasing volume. Small combination, you go on a new 1 minute high and you target VWAP or above. That's the exact same thing that happened around here on iron. You do have the 3 consecutive 5 minute candlesticks. I don't know if it was into a level or not. It was actually into a level, which is actually amazing, right? And then you wait for a reversal candlestick on the 1 minute chart. On an increasing volume, you play it on a new low and boom. Pretty much straightforward setup, but there is more to it. Don't force it, but that's a starting point at least to play these. And again, even if you're not willing to play reversals, you know that you need to exit around here when you're long on the breakout, because you know that this is a setup that me or someone else plays
To the short side.
it plays it to the short side. Exactly. Thursday saying, I love your book so far. Still reading it on the 60-minute chart. The first 30 minutes of the market print in the pre-market area. Correct, Turzaya. So the thing about the hourly chart is that it starts at 9 a.m. So the first 30 minutes of this hourly candlestick prints during the pre-market. Now, what can you do in this case? You could switch to the 30-minute chart and just use the 30-minute chart instead of the 60-minute chart. And look, there is literally no difference between using the 30-minute chart and the 60-minute chart. It's still a higher time frame, a medium intermediate time frame that you can use for planning the trade. But I'll tell you why exactly I'm using the 60-minute chart instead of the 30. I love using 10 days worth of data on the 60-minute chart, and I can zoom it out on my screen. I can see the overall idea and I can trade it. But if I go for the 60-minute chart and I zoom it out for 10 days, too many candlesticks, too small price action. I'll need to use 7 or 8. It's still too small. It's kind of clustered chart and I don't enjoy that. That's the main reason I use the 60-minute chart. And you are right that the candlestick starts during the pre-market, but the moment the market opens at 9:30, let's say it opens around here, you could tell that this type of price action was there during the pre-market. Let me show you the 30-minute candlestick now. You see, this type of hammer was there during the pre-market. So you don't really need to use the 30-minute chart to understand how the 30-minute candlestick closed during the pre-market. You can do that even using the hourly chart. Now, let me quickly recap my day for you guys and we'll answer the rest of the questions. So the first trade I've taken was on on Tesla. Tesla had big orders all the way up to 450, and I think it still has them all the way to 450. Yeah, you see this? 159,000 shares. And this is where what I mean by sometimes Atlas has big orders on top, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the price is going to hit it. So you do not want to be too stubborn about it. You analyze the price action, you wait for the setup to be complete, use Atlas as a final confirmation, get into the trade, and if it doesn't work out, do not just hope that it's going to reach it simply because there is a big order up there. Maybe this is some swing trader waiting for it to be hit tomorrow, after 1 week, after 1 month. You never know. Maybe just a no intended fill order just to trap traders. These are also sometimes there. And you can see that price gets closer to them and then they get canceled. So you don't want to place all your thought process simply because Atlas is there, but it's a very useful tool. Don't get me wrong. It's a very useful tool to help you manage your trade and identify partial areas. Anyway, looking at Tesla, what I mainly liked about it is this mini range around here on the 1 minute chart and the mini range around here on the 5 minute chart. And what I liked about it is that after we broke this range on the daily chart, on the 5 minute chart, and we recovered into the 5 minute chart into the middle of the range, it looked like this was a mini fake breakdown. And from here, it needed to shoot to the upside. So I played it long, put my stop loss at the new 1 minute low. I had a reset on the 5 minute chart, barely by a little bit. Had a reset on the 1 minute chart, but lost a full hour on it. Second time, getting strong momentum. You see the volume? It just doesn't lie. You get huge volume on the breakout. But after this huge volume, it instantly goes inside the range. That's trap. That's what we call liquidity grab. The moment I saw this one, I knew that this thing is going to sell off. It's going to go to the low and maybe below it. But there was no point for me playing it to the short side at this stage because that's not my trade book. It gave me enough confidence that it's going to reach the low and maybe even below that. but it's not my trade book and I should not be in it. But at least I could use that as a signal to exit. And getting back to knowing more about different trading styles and knowing more about different strategies. You do not need to trade them, but they help you manage your open position better. I know that there will be traders who are jumping in here to the short side, and I can use that to cut my trade. The trade that made my day was Apple. Apple was actually way better on almost all the time frames. The weekly chart is beautiful, having a steady uptrend. The daily chart was not ideal, but wasn't the worst either. We had a nice break of the range, 1, 2, 3, 3. So I mean, there is a feeling that it could go to the upside. I did not like the fact that the previous day was bearish, because it could mean that today could be a pullback day. But the 60-minute chart showed me that this daily chart that is bearish is just a trap. Why is that? Shoulder, head, shoulder. That's a reversal setup. Daily chart, reverse hammer. I am afraid that today is going to be a pullback day. So what do I want to do before I execute the trade? I want to make sure that the pullback day is going to fail. So if Apple did not do this part around here, and it just did this part, I would not have traded it, because I would have been afraid that it's going to go all the way to the shoulder and then maybe later during the day sell off. But since it sold off here and instantly recovered after making a new daily low, I know that there are traders who are trapped. Some people saw the head and shoulders pattern, so the reversal setup on the daily chart, expected a pullback day, but they all got trapped during the pre-market. That's why I ended up playing it to the long side. Wanted to get an entry here, but got a little bit late. Added for a 1 minute open range breakout, and my final ad was supposed to be here, but I got a horrible slippage. My internet just disconnected for a couple of seconds because of my VPN, fortunately, and I got literally the worst possible fill, and I was too heavy. Normally I do not partial like for these type of distances. If I entered here, probably I would have started locking in profits around here, but with this ad around here, the move all the way down here would have cost me probably somewhere around 2 hours, and that was a little bit scary, so I had to sell some of my shares. And then I managed my trade again according to Atlas. Like I told you, you don't really need to blindly follow Atlas, but it helps you with the trade management system. Let me see where I downloaded that screenshot. I'll show you how Atlas looked like. I think I had it somewhere, maybe here. No, maybe this one. Yeah, there it is. So there it is. You see, guys? Not trading it simply because Atlas has a big order, but combining Atlas with the pattern, you could have some good trade management. I saw this 312, which was not my final, but one of my biggest partials. And look at this. There was a big consolidation around here, and this is where traders usually get chopped out. Long, stop. Long again, stop. Long again, stop. Long again, caught the move. And eventually they do catch the move, but it's sometimes barely enough to compensate for the losers. And sometimes it just goes south. And they end up getting stopped out multiple times and getting trapped in this final trade, and the trade never makes the move. That's why I'm a fan of having one good technical entry with good technical stop loss, and then respect the trade until it either works or until I see a reason that it's not going to work. A good example is my trade yesterday also. I think it was also an Apple. Yeah, it was an Apple. So yesterday I was long biased on Apple. Similar to today, it was the exact same idea. And look at these guys. Yesterday, Apple cost me 2 hours. Today, it made me 5 hours. Again, power of risk management. Make sure that your losses are small, but your winners are big. And you could see how it started. Same thing. Fake breakdown, recovery, played it to the long side, got me stopped out. Second trade, and I see how ugly it is. So I'm not doing a long and a stop and a long and a stop and a long and a stop long with wider stop losses. And then if it fails at an area where the setup is disqualified, where the setup actually starts selling off. I'll show you another trade similar to this one, where I played the Qs, or NVDA. Played it to the short side, and you see what happens after I get stopped out? No consolidation or anything, it just goes south. That's how you choose solid stop losses. You know that at this area, the setup is just going to fail. It's not going to trip you out. It's going to fail. Look at AAL. That's my stop loss. And what happens after the stop loss? It just goes south. Let me show you one more. The Qs. You see my trade here at 12? What happens after my stop loss? It just goes south. That's what we call a technical stop loss. If your stop losses are look like this, where you get your entry and you get stopped out and the trade does not fail, it recovers and you get another entry and you get stopped out and another entry and you get stopped out, that means that you're not good at choosing a good stop loss. You're just simply getting yourself chopped out because your stop loss is not technical. It's not at an area where the idea gets invalidated. One of the most important criteria about choosing a right stop loss or a technical stop loss is that it needs to be at a spot where the idea is invalidated. The moment you get stopped out, it's probably going to go to the opposite direction. And some might be wondering, okay, if you know that the idea is going to be invalidated around here, why don't you just simply flip your position and play it to the opposite direction? Answer is simple, not my trade book. I do not have a strategy for just flipping my position simply because it hit my stop loss. Maybe in the future I'm going to develop a few cases where I'm going to be flipping my position, but not yet. That's basically it. Long rant, I guess.
Love
Hopefully
that. Wow. Amen. This guy, these sessions, I actually learned so much from you. The things that you just explained, I still continue to do. Like my stop losses aren't as technical as they need to be. Exactly what you just said. Because of me being an orb trader, like on the Apple trade there, I evolved enough that I would wait, like I would draw my line across the top of the fourth candle and create my range, but my risk to reward, it just wouldn't be as good. Yeah, exactly. So I would have entered where you were taking partials on the way up. Exactly. Yeah. And then I would have maybe got a 25%, came down, stopped me out. And then based on my break and retest, I would have got in exactly right there, stopped out again, and then I'd missed the move. Yeah. I mean, you give me so much to think about, and that's what I appreciate about you. So let me ask you something. On your Apple, when you're breaking down the head and shoulders on a 60-minute chart, and then you're looking at the 5 and the 1 for your entry, what would invalidate it for your entry?
Okay, so this is the range. This is what I call the starting point. By the way, guys, I explained this in the book as well. I usually utilize ranges for my entries and I use the traps for an entry. So the first thing that happens is a fake break with a recovery. Ideally, around here, the entry should have been at the middle of the range with an ad at the breakout area. That's the ideal case scenario. But unfortunately, it did not allow me that since the recovery was around the middle of the range and it broke right after the market open. Now, what would invalidate the trade around here? Dropping into the middle of the range. If this thing goes into the middle of the range, the long idea is invalid and probably it's going to sell off. Now, the second entry is around here. With this entry, probably I just simply tighten my stop loss around the retest area because it went so far, it was below view up, and at the open, the momentum should keep up. If the stock makes a big move to the upside, it rarely should make a big drop to the downside, at least within the first 5 minutes. Later during the day, I would not be having these type of ads because I know that the price action is really slow and it could go all the way south and then it could go all the way to the upside. But at the open, if the momentum is there, the pullbacks should not be so big. Now look at this. In the book, I explained something called the trend change. One of the ways to identify ranges. I have rule 1, pullback into the 20 moving average. Rule 2, which is a trend change. Rule 3, a move from above the 50 to below the 50. And we had a trend change in the 1 minute chart. And in the book, I mentioned the moment you see this part around here, you can anticipate that there is going to be a range around this area. And that's exactly what happened, starting from here. The moment we have the actual high, we mark the previous low as the potential low. The range is still not completed. So what do we need to see before the range is completed? An actual low. We need a higher low above the potential low. There it is. The moment this happens, that's my range. So what would invalidate this trade? A drop below this consolidation area. But you see how we anticipated all this consolidation area, not from the fourth candlestick, and this is a tricky part. It's easy to identify a range when it happened and then play it later. But real time, when this happens, how could you tell that there is going to be a range around here? few rules in the book and also in the course I explained this part around here. This sign around here tells me that there is a range that's going to happen. This is the high of it. This is a potential low of it, but it's not a low of it, and we need to wait for the low, and that's it. From here, I can see that there is going to be a range. So what's going to invalidate this setup is a drop below this area. And it never happened. It kept just chopping around it, and this is why I never got out. And here we're breaking the range, so I'm starting to lock in profits. Then there is a retest, like you said, where you can utilize it for an adding to the position and going for the next leg.
Amazing. Thank you.
Awesome.
It's great.
You will, Michelle is asking, you guys short with shares or options? With shares. I usually go short with, I trade shares only, and if there is a short setup, it will be only with shares.
For illustration, Market Atlas, you see, Eamon has multiple tabs because he's a mod. I'm not too sure if they're rolling it out for anyone else. I think standard is 3 to 4, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's just experimental phase. We're just testing, like Peter said when he just ruined my happiness. I wanted to say I'm special. Peter said we're not special. We're just beta testers. So guys, we're beta testers. Probably eventually it's going to be rolled out.
What's we got here? Any other questions, guys, on the trades we did today? How do you get 7 tickers? Okay, no, that's that. Are you guys trading anything? Chris, are you still in NVIDIA? I saw you went short there.
So, Kenneth is asking about CRWV. Is it rated flush? You could say maybe it is, but I don't like this thing for a short play. I think it needs some sort of a reset or a pullback. You could see that the 15-minute chart is selling off and it keeps making lower highs, but it doesn't make lower lows. It's trying to explode to the downside, but it's already overstretched. And the break to the downside is probably going to be a trap. It's probably going to break and trap the shorts, recover. I'm not saying that it's going to go to be long, obviously, but we cannot exclude that. By the way, what happened to STC? It looks like it made a second leg up. Yeah, there it is. You see, this is exactly what we are talking about. Stocks like these, especially when it's low float and it's pumped, and it's also related to some fundamentals, they usually make a second leg to the upside. And there is our second leg that we've seen. Anyway, not going to trade it, but it's interesting to just watch what these stocks are doing.
Did you see Andrew's new video?
Oh, so do you guys watch Andrew's recap?
It's pretty good. I love his new setup. And he killed that Micron yesterday. Oh my God, what a move on that too. Good Lord.
Making this type of recaps takes so much time because I tried to do something similar back in time, like a while ago. Quality wasn't even quarter of that, but the time that it took was around 2 to 3 hours. So it takes a lot of time to make high quality recaps like that. But let's say, I loved it. It was actually good.
I think Carlos has it pinned in the chat room for you guys to have a look at it. Make sure to like and subscribe as well. I think, what are we at? 400 likes today? That's pretty good. Thank you, guys. BTC Heaven, how do you look for reversals on Tesla? Naaman, I'll let you have that one.
How do you look for reversals on Tesla? Look, Tesla is not stock that you're looking for a reversal on, because if you want to look for a reversal on something, it needs to be trending first. And Tesla is not trending to catch a reversal on. Tesla is just simply going sideways. You see? So if you want to, you might ask, how to catch for a breakout on a stock like Tesla today? That's something that we might want to catch. But a reversal, not really, because it's not trending. Now, the average true range on Tesla is $15. That means that it could go from 433 at least to 448 to the long side. So we have room to go higher. And to the short side, it can go from 445 all the way down to 430. Now, the real question is, will Tesla be a long today or it's going to be a short today? Because there is a lot of room left to the upside and there is a lot of room left to the downside. Looking at the daily chart, it could literally be both. It could be long because we are having a green day. We're slowly going to the upside. The weekly chart looks good for long. Could be short because we could be double topping. And again, according to my rules, actual low of the future range, potential high, and we could be forming the actual high today, which means that this is the peak. So there, if I had to choose, I would say more short than long. And we also have a gap fill strategy, which is also not a bad one to consider to trade. 60-minute chart is forming a consolidation area, but an ugly consolidation area with wicks all over the place. You do not want to play the break of the low of the day, because after the break of the low of the day, we'll not have a lot of room left to the downside. So I think it would be suitable to trade it if it calms down. What do I mean by calm down? For now, it's not calm. It makes massive moves to the downside, to the upside, to the downside, to the upside. You cannot just simply play it short here and put stop loss here. It's going to do that. Or play it long here and have stop loss here. It's just going to make a big move. You want it to start consolidating in a small tight range. That's what we call an expansion. It just gets tighter and tighter and tighter before the explosion. So if it gives us this type of consolidation area, probably the dominant trend is going to be to the downside, and you can play the breakdown, aiming maybe for the $430 area. But for now, just stay away from it.
I think as well, just to touch on reversals too, like as a newer trader with, we'll say newer eyes to the market, like some people would call like at 445 there a reversal, but it's not. Like Eamon said, like you're still inside of that range, right? So just be careful when you don't want to mislabel certain things, because you are still inside of that range, right?
Exactly. There was a question for you, Kyle. How do you find stocks which meet your breakout and retest criteria? Did you answer that one?
I didn't. Honestly, it's more of like my mornings are, I'll look at the gappers list on Trading Terminal and I watch the morning show, and then I'll pull up the multiple time frames and just kind of see where it is in the trend, as Eamon likes to say. And then you can kind of pick and choose where you're going to go. And then really it's just my intuition as a trader. It's just patience, right? And like for me, my orb style, especially like the break and retest, is really just being patient and waiting for that second confirmation candle on top of the range. And I am going to change my partials, I think, to 25%, because the 10% is for me because I don't take as many shares. I think I am leaving some money on the table. Just looking over my numbers on the weekend, I think I'm just partialing too quick. I'm still profitable, but I think I'm leaving a little bit of money on the table. But yeah, for me, it's all just intuition. And like if you pull up iron again for me, Eamon, like I go on Trading Terminal and at least just look at the ATR. And again, this is something I've picked up from Eamon and all the other good traders, is like you have to know the average true range of what it's going to go. So it was $4. So when you're kind of anticipating your orb strategy, you have that in mind. Okay, how far could this thing go? If you're in the right trade caves, is it going to go a full $4? It doesn't need to always. So just have that in mind and don't be greedy with it. And if it gets to it, then you get out, right? If it's $4.25, start taking some off at $3.75 or $4, in my opinion, right? Being a newer trader, like I don't know, Eamon, like what do you think about that? Does it always follow the ATR like to the dollar for the most part?
Good.
Cent?
So average true range, just from its name, it's average. Average true range. It tells you how much the stocks runs on average, but usually a realistic target is around 80% of the ATR. Most of the time when there is a lot of volatility and the stock is liquid, it is going to hit it. ATR is related a lot to RVol. So if the relative volume is around 1, probably you're going to hit the 1 ATR. If the relative volume is more than 1, you could make a move more than the ATR, but not percentage-wise. For example, if the relative volume is 1.2, it doesn't mean that you're going to hit 120% of the ATR, just more than 1. And if the relative volume is less, the stock is going to make less than 1 ATR. Now, why is this important? Stocks with high relative volume are difficult to catch a reversal on. Because to catch a reversal, you want to identify what is the peak for the stock today. Where is it going to reverse from? And when you have a high relative volume, it means that the stock will make a move more than the average true range. So how can you tell how far it's going to run and where the peak is going to be? That's why I do not love playing reversals on stocks that have made more than 120 or 130% of RVOL. Stocks that have RVOL between 40 and 80% but have hit more than 90% of their ATR are my favorite. Obviously, there are exceptions for every single rule, but talking about it in general. Now, talking about iron, this thing has around $5 ATR. The stock broke the consolidation around here. The previous day close area is sitting around 59.90ish. Add $5 to that. $5 is going to be 64.90ish, right? Which is, in this case, it was to the T, but it's not always to the T. Now, like Kyle said, I want to play a breakout on it, and I see it consolidating, and I'm long biased on it, and it is breaking the range, and it is retesting the range, and there is room left based on the ATR.
Mm-hmm.
This was actually a really good pick to play to the long side. That's a good target. And now what do we have around the ATR value? Parabolic reversal. I explained to you how to play the parabolic reversals, the 3 consecutive rules, the volume at the high, the level, the extension from the 9, then you play it around here. Was this a good reversal play? Yes, because it met the 3 candlestick rule, it had the volume, it had the level, and the ATR was hit. So it's a magic indicator, but you don't want to over rely on it, similar to Atlas. Really useful tool, but you do not want to over rely on it, right? It's multiple pieces put together.
And as far as the RVOL, where do you find that?
Relative volume, you can check it on the montage on Dash Trader. I'm not sure if you can find it somewhere else. I know that scanners, for example, trade ideas, maybe even the trading terminal scanner will show you that. For example, I'll show you now. I just didn't know how to hide my account number. Let me just delete it, maybe. Delete a few numbers. Good. So on the montage, I have added it around here. Arvol. You see, and it shows, for example, IRN 136.
Oh, okay, great. Got it.
Yeah, so I just added it to my montage, and then if I switch between different stocks, for example, Apple, that RVOL right now is 106, which is not bad for a reversal. Now, what is the ATR on Apple? The average true range on Apple is around $5. The RVOL is 106, which means that this one is probably going to respect its ATR from 308 to 313. That's $5. That's the full ATR value.
Love that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bimpara says have the daily ATR and 5-minute ATR to help. Yes, this is another way to use stop losses. Correct, Bimpara. So you are confident about trade. You enter, for example, after a pullback or literally within the beginning of the move. You don't know where to place your stop loss, so you use something average, which is a 5-minute ATR. Good way to do it. I know quite a few traders who are doing that with success. Especially algos. Algos are using smaller time frames ATR to identify stop losses. Chris is trading NVDA. Someone wanted us also to go deeper on NVDA. NVDA is tough. We talked about it yesterday. Red by red, and today it's a red, and there is a lot of room for it to go lower. No signs of bottoming on the daily. No signs of bottoming on the weekly. I think on the weekly it could continue, by the way, going all the way to 206 something. Maybe even below that. Maybe 205. Tough to tell. 206, 205 is decent zone, maybe.
How many splits has NVIDIA had now? Like 3 or 4? Like, my God. I can't believe I never bought into this. Good God.
I know.
What an idiot.
Don't get me FOMO. Don't get me FOMO. Thinking about it, I was like, you know what? If I got into into a lucky stock and I was just investing into it, a couple $1,000 a month for the last 5 years, maybe I would have made a fortune more than day trading.
I'd say.
Right?
Yeah.
But again, no regrets. Day trading is steady, consistent income, and it still makes you more than the average you can get on the SPY. I make around 7 to. I mean, to talk about my stats specifically, it's between 10 to 20%. But for my mentees that I work with, the consistently profitable ones, which are like 45% of every single person that I work with, they make around 7 to 15% every single month. That's not bad. I know that It's not
Unbelievable.
a lot. It's not a lot for some people. Like $10,000 account, they make $700 a month, and they're disappointed. It's the reality of it. Obviously, if you want to make a living out of day trading, you need to have larger accounts. But most of the consistently profitable traders that I work with, they make 7 to 15% per month. And that's way better than just putting your money in the SPY and forgetting about it and then averaging around 10, maybe
2%.
15%. The SPY gives you like a
a
the
year.
SPY gives
Yeah,
you like a 6, right? On average or 7. But I think for the last 5, 6 years the SPY was averaging somewhere around 15%,
right. Yeah.
14%. If I'm not wrong, I forgot about that value, but I think it's somewhere around 14% the last 7 years.
Yeah, Melanie, exactly. Yeah, if only. And everything happens as it should, right? Like we're all here trying to learn together, so you're in the right place, that's for sure. So I remember
I,
back in 2018 when they first started sharing some random YouTube guys screaming in a video. Well, it's the same thing as Bitcoin. I remember in 2012, I was living in Vancouver at the time actually, and there were guys selling like Bitcoin out of vans in parking lots and all this. Like, do you want to buy some Bitcoin? And I was like, get away from me. And if I only listened to that guy, I'd be a billionaire probably. But anyways, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
I took 2
Um,
stabs in Bitcoin, so don't remind me.
oh, that's right. You started in crypto, didn't you?
Yeah, but luckily I did
Yeah.
not have a lot of money. One of the good things of being of growing up poor, you don't have a lot of money to blow up.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, um, someone is talking about AAOI. Sammy is asking about AAOI for to trade long break of the range. Again, we start that by step by step. The first thing you check is the average true range. The average true range on AAOI is $20. The lowest point today is 167. The highest point today, expected point today is 187. It already hit that value. So I would not be surprised if AOI just keeps chopping within this consolidation area till the end of the day. Another thing is that there is literally no pattern on the hourly chart. You see a big wick on the bottom, you see a big reversal candlestick on the top. This is not giving you a bullish sign, it's not giving you a bearish sign. So literally nothing. Daily chart on AOI, same thing. It doesn't give you literally any pattern. It's just stuck in a consolidation area. Not long and not short. 15-minute chart, more for long than short. We had a big move, we had a pullback, we consolidate around the 20. So yes, maybe it's going to break the high of the range, and maybe it's going to make to 83 or 85. But you see how low we needed to go just to be able to partially read it. It's going to be a difficult one to trade. I think we might find some other cleaner stocks to trade, but yeah, I mean, if this thing breaks this consolidation 182, 60ish, 70ish, you could go maybe to 84,
Someone asked
85.
as well. Once the ATRs hit once on the day, it doesn't do that again for the most part, right? In your experience, like once it does it, it won't do it again.
It struggles to do it again. Yeah, once it hits the ATR, especially when the relative volume is not that high, it's difficult for it to get back. AOI has a relative volume of 108%, so it's barely around 100%. So
Mm,
it could obviously hit it, but it rarely does. Um, it usually hits the high of the day one more time if it's planning to reverse. So it's going to break the high of the day, make a fake break of the high of the day to get people some hope that it's going to have a second leg to the upside, but you do not want to jump into a second leg to the upside after the full ATR was hit. Because you will get the
right.
break, but you're not going to hit your target after the breakout. You're going to get trapped, and that's when the stock reverses.
Mm-hmm. Eamon, when is the reversal long on NVTS? NVTS
NV
on the 1 minute time frame.
So NVDA is not a bad one to keep an eye on for a reversal, obviously, but I think this thing, yeah, this is a pullback day. We had the first bearish candlestick yesterday. We have the first red candlestick for today. Uh, look, you guys need to understand one thing. Reversals do not always happen. If something is really extended, even past its ATR, and there is a reversal setup, let's say a reversal and shoulders pattern, it doesn't necessarily mean that it is going to give you a reversal. Trend continuations on strong stocks, more likely going to happen. Break of ranges, more likely going to happen. But a reversal is not always happening intraday. How many times did you have strong stocks consolidating around the highs until the close? or strong stocks make just really small pullbacks, break the high, small pullback, another fake break the high, and then the market closes. So reversals do not always happen. To play a reversal, you need to be able to tell a direction, maybe based on the daily chart, based on the 60, whatever pattern you see, but you need to be able to tell that, okay, this day looks maybe like a long day. Looking at NVDAs, this does not look like a long day. This day, the daily chart was strong. At the high, we had a reverse candle, or reversal hammer, a reverse hammer, and today is probably going to be a pullback day. So I do not want to play a reversal to the downside. Let's say what happened is the other way around. The market opens and it goes to the upside today. And then it starts topping. That's something that I would have enjoyed taking to the short side because we already have too big of a move on the daily chart. We have a reversal candlestick at the high, and intraday we hit the full ATR and we start topping on a daily chart that needs to pull back. So the dominant trend is to the downside, but intraday it goes to the upside. So in VTS, pattern wise, it is good. This is a reversal pattern. It's going to close as a hammer in 3 minutes. After 3 consecutive hourly candlesticks, probably a good double bottom on the 15-minute chart with a reversal pattern. And if you ask me, is this a good one for reversal? Right now, like literally right now, is an A plus entry. But it's an A plus entry on maybe a B minus selection or maybe a C selection. Is it worth jumping into it? You just do the
You do you.
judgment. Exactly. Basically, the setup is good. Entry wise, pattern wise, it's perfect. Just like it's ready here. But it's not the best daily chart for a reversal for me.
And also think about what would you be targeting? What's your exit? Are you just going to go to VWAP, or are you going to go to the moving average on top of it? Like, what's your goal for this, right?
Exactly. And it's difficult to tell what's going to be your target on something that's really weak. How big of pullback are you going to have? You know, it's like picking a really strong stock, having a reversal setup, but not knowing how low it's going to go. Oh, look at this. Hey, this is the cat saying
Hey, there he is. That's a beautiful cat. Wow. Bengal, right?
Yeah, he's actually beautiful. And
I love the coat.
yeah, the color is amazing. And he's actually nice. He's never biting, never scratching, so I like him
There
for
you
that.
go. He's not
Otherwise,
eating the
he would have
avocados.
he's not eating the avocados.
Let's see here. Any other questions, guys? We've got about 2 minutes left. If you haven't already, please give us a like and a subscribe. We're at 623. This channel has actually grown so much since I remember when I first started Variable Traders, it was 100,000. Now it's at 623. That's amazing.
Yeah, I remember joining Verbal Traders when Andrew was posting recaps daily and when he was making around $300 a day on average, $200 or $300 a day. Like the way it grew up is just so much. I remember his blowout day, like one of the worst blowout days. He lost $7,000, but I forgot on which stock it was. Was it Yelp or something like that? But it was a
Yeah.
really bad day where he lost like $7,000 a day, and he hated that stock. But right now,
I've watched when I first started, but I've literally watched every single BBT video. Well, I would say 90% of them. And I remember there's one with him with a headset on, and it says Vancouver Traders on it. And he made like $700 a day, and he's like, "This is all you need." He's like, "This is all the money you need." He's like, "Anything more, you don't need it." And now he's making like 40 grand a day. Like,
yeah, no, there is no like okay. We had a decent day, like $10,000. We had an okay day, not a bad day.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, Andrew, thank you. you make me feel low.
Exactly. And then
Anyway,
that's it,
guys,
right? All based
yeah.
on your account size. But anyways, it's 10 o'clock. Thank you guys so much. Eamon, thank you for all your knowledge. I love being here with you. And everyone in the chat room, thank you for commenting and sharing your experiences with us. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right, thank you, Kyle. Thank you, YouTube.
Yep.
We'll talk to you
All
tomorrow,
right,
11
guys.
a.m. Eastern. See you guys.
Okay. Ciao.